Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. It's finally time. The Golden Globes are Monday. The dumpster fire that starts award season is finally upon us. And today we have four very special guests. Three of them should be familiar to you if you've seen the channel, and one new guest. Caroline, you start introducing yourself, and then we'll go Fillmtasic, Panda, and so on.
Hello, I'm Caroline.
Hi guys, Fillmtasic Panda. I just started a YouTube channel like 2 months ago, so I'm pretty new to this. I'm very happy to join y'all.
Andre,
Hello, I'm Andre. I'm on YouTube, Twitter. Find me.
and
Oscar. Yeah,
sorry.
it's okay. Oscar Juggernaut. Mainly find me on YouTube and on Letterboxd.
Awesome. I leave links to all their stuff in the description below. Please give them some love. They're all amazing people.
I gotta
Thank
follow
you,
you guys
thank
on
you.
Letterboxd, by the way. I gotta get your I gotta see what you guys are into.
Oh, I don't
Oh.
update Letterboxd.
Yeah, I have it. I don't know the login because I haven't touched it in over a year.
I
I'm
am
addicted.
at Juggernaut Oscar.
Gotcha.
Oh.
Look, yeah.
Capital J, capital
I'm
O.
on Letterboxd all the time.
Yeah.
I'm a mess. I'm a mess.
Same.
Yeah.
Yeah, Twitter gets all my thoughts. That's it.
I'm going to say hi to everyone in the chat. Hi, Club Ortiz. He's usually a big part of this, but he's not here today. And Cyberto, hi. We're going to hop in. We're going to start with the big category, Best Picture Drama. I have
Ooh.
Elvis, The Fablemans, Top Gun Maverick, The Women King, and Women Talking.
Wow.
I have Elvis, Fablemans. I finally put in Top Gun Maverick, Wakanda Forever, and Nope.
Gotcha.
Whoa,
I refuse
bold.
to give up on Wakanda Forever,
Nice.
and this past week has made me reconsider Nope.
For sure. I have Avatar, Elvis, Top Gun Maverick, The Fablemans, and Tar.
Andre.
I have. It's me?
Yep.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
I have The Fablemans, Top Gun Maverick, Women Talking, The Woman King, and She Said.
Ooh.
And I have a very boring top five. Number one, The Fablemans. Number two, Women Talking. Number three, Top Gun Maverick. Number four, Tar. And number five, Elvis.
So I had Tar, but then Matthew told me that apparently
It
Globes
did not
did
test
like
well.
Tar.
It did not test well among.
I
Oh,
could
really?
easily swap Tar with Avatar.
Yeah, I guess I could
I
swap
mean,
Tar with.
My only thing is,
Talking.
and I guess we'll go ahead and bring it up now because it was going to come up eventually.
And I made it my
Avatar-
thumbnail for a reason.
Avatar didn't screen until the second to last day of Globes voting.
So we don't know how it's going to factor on.
We don't know how many of them even saw it who voted before they saw it. Like,
It's possible all of them seen it. It's possible no one has seen.
Yeah.
But
well,
people
like,
can
they
just
voted
vote
and
it for the name. Can just.
yeah, the Globes
Avatar,
are
let's
big
go.
into that, I think.
Yeah.
Voting just
the
for
other
pure
thing
name.
is the Globes are much more into the more performance-based stuff and less of the technical marvels. Which
I mean,
is
the
why,
first
like,
one won at the Globes.
Yeah. But that was also 13 years ago.
yeah.
True.
Yeah, but like you can
And
make
it
a
was a
comparison
great-
to like 1917 and Dunkirk that
Yeah.
also got nominated. But then again, those movies
Those were
weren't
war
like
movies. Those
screenplay.
also, and those were historic war movies, which
Exactly.
always play well with
Which
the
they
Globe.
can't resist.
I also
Dude.
think like Avatar is kind of like the brand new thing. Like reactions coming out recently, it got nominated for AFI. You know, I feel like it's just like in the forefront of people's minds. So like I see it
I'm-
getting in. Like maybe it'll be like maybe 4 or 5. Definitely, it's not one of the top ones. But yeah,
I'm not worried about it at the Oscars. It's just the Globes. Is the-
yeah, just the recency, whether
I
people have
think
seen
yeah,
it.
it's
I
gonna
get
get in
that.
everywhere else, but I don't think it's screened in time for enough Globes people to have been able to
Yeah.
vote for it.
I
I do
still
wonder
don't
if they'll name
know
check it,
if it's gonna get at the Oscars. I still don't know. I gotta see.
I think
gotta
it'll.
see
I
how
think
it
it's
plays.
pretty
Also,
strong.
I need more like solid reviews. Like Twitter reactions are one thing, but then it's like,
Yeah.
for example, like obviously I am still all in on Wakanda Forever, but like a lot of people, the Twitter reactions were super strong, and then you read the reviews and they weren't quite as strong, despite the fact that the same reviewers had super strong reactions immediately coming out. We don't know how the Avatar is going to, the reviews are going to, if they're going to stick with what the Twitter reactions were, or if people might mellow on it after when they after thinking about it for a bit.
It's very possible. I feel like we're all in agreement on Elvis, women talking, and Fable.
I'm not on agreement on Elvis.
I'm
I
sorry.
have
And I don't have women talking.
I don't have women talking either, and I have it just outside. That's my number 6.
Apparently, women talking screened well, but I don't know exactly how that's going to factor into
every time. Yeah, every time something. Oh, sorry. Get to you.
It's either going to get a lot of nominations or it's going to get 0.
Did you guys get the chance to see women talking yet?
No, because it's been delayed. They delayed the release of it again.
It's now January.
So I saw the movie at TIFF because I went out to TIFF, and I think it's a little bit. It's not very Globesy in my eyes. It's definitely a slower movie.
Yeah, but they give the win to The Power of the Dog.
True, that's true.
Yeah,
that's
but that was also them trying to. But that was also them trying to like reshape their image and be more of like try and be more mainstream. And then obviously they were the only ones who gave Power of the Dog like that kind of win.
Which is ironic.
Yeah, it's kind of ironic. Yeah.
So that was them.
Choice did it too, and the BAFTA.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, Golden Globe, Critics' Choice, BAFTA, they all gave it to The Power of the Dog. But also, I feel like in that particular year, since the Golden Globes were under fire, they felt more
pressure,
less important. They actually seemed like they were acquiescing more to critic taste in that in their
not
specific
only
scenario.
that too. I also think they're like, hey, look at us. We can be prestigious. Look at us.
And plus, they gave it to. Yeah, plus they gave it to movies like Boyhood before.
We're trying to do this. See, we're not crazy anymore.
We're not racist anymore, which is part of the reason why. That's not
no,
part.
No, last year wasn't so much that. It was just, see, we're not crazy.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
I mean, they still need some Globes.
Yeah. But here's the thing. It is the Globes. They love big, flashy things, which is why Elvis is the perfect movie.
Yeah. But it's a new voting body. They add.
But Elvis has been screening recently, apparently, to like crazy like.
And Elvis is just a crowd pleaser.
Elvis is getting insane reactions.
I'm not part of that crowd. I'm not part of that crowd.
I thought Elvis was it was solid. I thought it was solid. You know,
Speaking of big and flashy, let's hop into comedy. I think it's safe to say we have probably the same top 4: Banshees, Babylon, Everywhere, Everything, All at Once, Glass Onion. No matter what the order, I think.
Excuse you.
I forgot you don't have Babylon. I keep forgetting you don't have Babylon.
You don't have Babylon in, Carolyn?
Here's the other thing. I don't have Babylon in because all of the early reactions from people who were on like the press screenings this past week, they cannot decide if it is either the greatest movie ever made or if it is career suicide for Damien Chazelle. Like, they're like, it's either the most brilliant movie ever or it's going to end his career, which is why I'm like, it's either going to get every nomination under the sun or it's going to get snubbed across the board.
A couple of things.
And then
go for it. Oscar Juggernaut.
Number one, in terms of mixed reviews, Vice and Don't Look Up, but those are both Adam McKay political movies, so there's like an excuse for it. Number two, hear me out on this. Hollywood movies get nominated here all the time, and number 3, The Wolf of Wall Street. Let me go back to number 2. Hollywood movies get nominated all the time. La La Land, Mank in drama.
So I want to counter that one quickly. A lot of the reviews have said. There's my favorite review, which I mentioned in our chat a couple times, is a critic on Letterboxd who said, I cannot tell if this is a love letter to Hollywood or a suicide note. If this is the last movie ever made, job well done.
Yeah, well, you know, from I at TIFF I saw Damien Chazelle talk, and he was basically saying how he wanted this to be like just like the most outrageous and explosive thing he ever made after doing like The Quiet of First Man.
Yeah.
I think it'll be divisive. Like, I think it's definitely not going to win here, but because of all the things that the Oscar Juggernaut just listed, I definitely see it getting in. I think it's top 3 for me.
I think
Like,
it's
number
gonna
3.
win score here.
I
could-
think it's going to win score as well.
Yeah, score
Yeah.
is super strong.
Yeah.
And they
And-
love Justin
yeah.
Hurwitz.
Saibito has R&R in comedy musical, and so do I. That's
I have
I
R and
do
R. Yeah,
I
At least
do.
now we can go into our lists.
yeah. Go for it. Go
Yeah,
for
I
it.
have R&R.
I
in my fifth
wanted
spot.
I wanted to make that leap, but I don't know if I'm ready to.
I
so-
slid.
I've
him-
been there.
I
I've been
slid the
there.
director into directing too.
I've
Oh,
been
wow,
there, so
that's
I
huge.
put
Okay.
RRR
Me
in for a
too.
month.
Yeah. We'll
Okay,
talk
so
about
now
I
let's
want to
start
make
with-
that
let's
leap,
start with your
though.
list.
All right.
I'm not ready yet.
Well, who
Maybe
do you have?
maybe I might
Juggernaut?
tomorrow. Maybe, depending on
Who
what
do you-
happens between now and then.
Who do you
Matt?
currently have, Juggernaut?
I
Yeah,
currently
that's
have everything everywhere. Yeah, the top 4, and you know, I
Wait, we
had
didn't
Triangle.
establish what the top 4 were because I interrupted.
Glass
the-
Onion is part of the top 4, right? So it's
Glass Onion's top 4, Babylon, Banshees, everything everywhere, and then
Yeah.
initially I was thinking Triangle of Sadness or The Menu, but again, it's those two versus RRR. I currently have Triangle of Sadness, but I might make a switch either after this,
Okay.
during this, or tomorrow.
that's
I
kinda makes sense.
actually had the menu in for a while.
I still have the menu in because it is still picking up steam,
Mm.
especially because now. So Hong Chao is doing interviews for The Whale, but she's getting asked more about the menu than she is The Whale.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah, and it did well at the box
It's kind
office.
of
as
a
well.
hit.
Yeah,
yeah,
it did well at the
it's
box
a
office.
hit.
Yeah, it also like he's like Andre said, it did well at the box office. It was currently, I believe it's tied or was the biggest opening for Searchlight
Yeah,
since Slumdog
Oh.
Millionaire. So.
and it has like
Yeah.
big stars in it, like big names in it. So
Yeah.
it-
It's
And my
something you
girlfriend
can't-
love it.
The
My
Menu
girlfriend
is
loves it. So the
Searchlight.
Globes will love
Yeah.
it
That's
too.
significant.
Yeah. It really could factor in here big.
Okay, so I do want to share my list because it is a bit different than
Go for it.
Let's go.
I have the same 3. I have Banshees, Glass Onion, Everything Everywhere All at Once, and then I have the menu in RRR.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I want to
Okay.
do that. I just don't know if they are not gonna
I've
nominate.
had
Babylon.
RRR in for almost 2 months at this point in time. So like
I had RRR. Matthew
Yeah,
knows. I
That
told him.
RRR could definitely get in. I'm not
Because
betting against that at all.
over the summer, a podcast I listened to that's a LA film critic who also writes for the New York Times and like an actor, they have a podcast together called Unspooled, and they talked about RRR, and then they held a screening at the Chinese theater here in Hollywood, and it was packed. And they said it's the most electric crowd they've ever heard. And they did a Q&A with the director. And the whole thing ended up taking like almost 5 hours because people just didn't want to stop. They
Yeah.
were so invested. And that was in August. That momentum has only continued. I keep hearing that same thing at every screening
Yeah.
and discussion they have of
Yeah.
that movie, which makes me think it stands a better chance than
Yeah.
we've realized.
Yeah, I have it in. I have it in as well. I have Everything Everywhere, The Banshees of Inisherin, Babylon, RRR, and Glass Onion. So I guess the same as Matthew, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think RRR just like it doesn't even need a campaign behind it. It's just like grassroots. Just people love the movie, so like
Yeah.
it's
And
getting a
it's
lot
on
of.
Netflix too.
But it has one, and that's a big difference. It's
Yeah.
not like Drive My Car. Janus was small. They are trying. They are pushing it.
Yeah.
Well, that and also it helps too. It is a musical. It is a
Yeah.
Bollywood musical. The
I don't know
Globes.
if it's
No,
really
yeah,
a musical.
It-
It's
it-
definitely a musical.
Look at this
Two
way.
one or two numbers.
Andre, the
Nominated.
Martian here
I know,
has
I know.
comedy music. Here's the thing: Walk the Line and Ray were counting comedy musicals back.
Yeah,
then.
yeah, yeah.
So
I know,
think
but I was
predicting
expecting more musical numbers. The way people talked about it, I watched it yesterday. I love it. I love it. But I was like, yeah, it has 1 or 2 musical numbers. It's
Yeah.
not.
So, I'm going to
full-
be honest with you and make a bold possibility. If these are the nominees, and if this momentum keeps up, I could see
Can we-
RRR winning the Globe.
Yeah, yeah.
I
agree.
I think Everything Everywhere is just
Yeah,
so locked.
I have it.
I think that's just so locked.
Oh,
I
see,
have-
I don't know.
I have
based
everywhere,
on-
everything all
the
once.
RRR
winning
is
3
taking it.
globes.
Banshees is a Golden Globe movie too. They like McDonald's. Can
But they
win
like bold.
screenplay.
But the Globes really like bold movies and like
Yeah,
big,
yeah.
flashy, and
I can
everything
see
everywhere all at
RRR.
once
Banshees
the
is
big
too
flashy.
quiet. The
I
only
could-
reason why, oh, sorry.
I could maybe take out triangle and put an RRR here
Yeah,
if I put triangle in at the sax.
yeah.
Maybe.
No.
No.
Triangle at the sex. Why?
I'm gonna go back.
It's a big
real quick,
ensemble.
so you guys can
Yeah. It
actually.
is a big
I'm gonna say
ensemble.
my drama actor.
Can our heart-
Oh yeah.
Gets
Go ahead.
at
Wait, are we
seg.
doing drama actor or actress, Matthew?
We're gonna do drama actress. I like to start with the women first.
Actress? All right. Awesome.
Kate
Yeah.
Blanchett for Tar, Olivia Colman for Empire Light. That's pretty much by default, really. Viola Davis, The Women King, Daniel Deadwire, Till, and Michelle Williams, The Fablemans. I'm gonna go bathroom. You guys can feel free to continue.
Oh,
I'll be
okay.
literally right back.
So I've got Kate Blanchett, Michelle Williams, Daniel Detweiler, Viola Davis, and then I have Jennifer Lawrence
Oh,
Yeah,
interesting.
That's a possibility.
Makes sense. I can see
because
it.
she's
Big
been
name.
campaigning for it.
Yeah.
And they also nominated Mahershala Ali in Swan Song. Same Apple
Mhm.
TV Plus. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good shout out. I have the same thing as Matthew. In order as to like where I think they fall. I have Kate Blanchett number 1, then Daniel Deadweiler, Michelle Williams, Viola Davis, Olivia Colman.
Also, I
Yeah.
do want to note mine were in alphabetical order, but then I've changed things around so much that it's just in
It's just in-
random order.
Okay, gotcha.
I have Daniel Deadweiler, Kate Blanchett, Viola Davis, Michelle Williams, and then I have a bold one.
Ooh. Who you got?
I have Taylor Russell.
Oh, snap.
You know, I had
Bones
her
and all.
in until I found I like actually like got the full plot of that movie, and I'm like, nope.
Have you seen Bones and All?
I
No.
refuse to watch Bones and All now that I know what it's.
Oh,
Once I
you-
read
you
the
know I
plot,
know
I
what
was
it
like,
was.
oh no,
Good
we're not
movie.
watching that.
Wait, Caroline, you didn't know what Bones and All was about?
No, I knew, but like once I read the full plot and like the
Yeah.
full plot, like I knew it was about cannibalism. Also,
Uh.
what is with this weird? This is the third movie this year about cannibalism. Like, what is this
Well-
trend, and when can we stop it?
What was the others?
The
What were
Menu?
other two?
The Menu, Fresh, and Bones and All.
Spoilers. I didn't
I-
know the
you
menu
know
was
what?
about.
I,
They make it very obvious in the trailer for The Menu.
I didn't watch it.
I didn't know those. Okay, that was
It-
my fault. Sorry. Okay, it's okay. I have for best actress motion picture drama, I think I have Danielle Deadweiler at number 1, a la Regina
Yeah.
King in If Beale Street Could Talk.
Mhm.
Well,
Um,
and it feels also almost like actually more like
Under
what's her
Day.
name? Andra Day.
Under Day.
maybe. But number 2, I have Kate Blanchett, and number
Sorry
3,
about that.
Michelle Williams. Number 4, Olivia Colman, and number 5, and number 6, and number 7 is where I'm waffling.
Okay.
Like number 5, I'll put Viola Davis, but
Mhm.
like I could also see perhaps a surprise from Miss Rooney Mara for Women Talking if they really want to go there,
She's my number 6.
Yeah.
Yeah.
or they can they could go for Florence Pugh in The Wonder.
I also want to shout out one that would be like one of my personal picks, and I don't see like this being like completely impossible. Mia Goth for Pearl.
No, I don't see it as a Globe. They're
That's a
not
at the
that
Critics'
Globes
Choice.
now.
That's a Critics' Choice film Twitter thing.
Not even
She's so
Critics'
good though.
Choice. Critics' Choice are not that bold. Critics' Choice are not. that
Critics'
bold.
Choice.
Tony
only-
Collette and Hereditary, Lupita Nyong'o and Us. That's
Critics'
what it
Choice
reminds me
are
of.
only bold on the TV side. They're not bold on the movie side.
Not anymore.
Yeah,
Yeah,
They
not
just
anymore.
care about predicting the Oscar.
Yeah, they're very Oscars. Yeah.
yeah,
Um,
but Tony Collette was more Oscar-y than Mia Goth, I think.
Well, one quick thing. I had Florence Pugh in for The Wonder for
Yeah,
such
yeah.
a
But
long
here's
time.
the thing.
Everyone
would
started to
nominate
talk
her-
me out of it, so I just slid Olivia Colman.
So here's the thing. So if they nominate Florence, it is going to be for The Wonder. However, I feel
Don't
like they
Worry,
would do it for
Darling.
The Wonder because if they nominate her for Don't Worry, Darling, Homegirl's not showing up.
Yeah. So it has to be for The
So
Wonder.
that's why. So it's like basically they would want to nominate her for Don't Worry, Darling, but if they did it, she wouldn't show up. So they're going to nominate her for her other
Ye-
movie.
Yeah,
Fair enough. Fair
I
enough.
would agree with that.
Florence Pugh for The Wonder is something that I can easily see. They do this. They do these
kind of stuff.
random.
And it's going to be because
stars.
they just want her to come to the show, not necessarily
Yeah.
because it's a good performance.
Yeah.
She's amazing
Well,
in No
she's
More
great.
Than
She's
Darling.
great at everything. I
But-
haven't seen The Wonder,
There's,
but I'm sure
there's a
she's
reason
good.
why she's my Twitter profile picture. I mean, hello.
Yeah, let's hop into
Matthew,
Yeah,
I have Taylor Russell. What do you think about that?
she is possible. The only reason why I didn't put her in is because I just don't know if the Globes are going to like it. That's my only problem with that, but it could happen. It wouldn't surprise me one bit. That fifth spot is weird, and literally
Yeah.
anything could happen.
Yeah, I mean, I saw Empire of Light also at TIFF, and Olivia Colman's performance, like, it's a very baity like rule. It's extremely baity. Like I could, and it's Olivia Colman,
Yeah, but
so
the reviews have
it's
been
very
so on
yeah. The movie's
lower
very
end
mid. The
for
movie's
it.
very mid. The movie's very mid, but she's like extremely
Yeah.
good in it. I think.
The movie is anywhere.
Yeah.
Nope. It's dead.
If
almost.
anybody
Yeah.
is Andrew Day in the United States versus Billie Holiday in terms of having a great performance but in a crappy movie, it's Olivia Colman.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Right.
Let's hop into actor drama now.
Ooh.
We have the top two. If we don't have Austin Butler and Brendan Fraser, we're all screwed. Can we all
I don't
agree
have
on that?
Austin Butler.
Whether,
I don't have
whether or
either.
not you have Butler winning or not, you have to predict him and Fraser.
Yeah, they're gonna get nominated.
Yeah.
But after that, I have Bill Knightley for Living. I know, Caroline, how you feel about that, and we'll get to that.
Yeah.
I have Gabriel LaBelle for The Fablemans.
Oof,
And-
y'all know
and
how I feel
I'm
about
taking
that.
I'm taking a bigger risk in that last spot, and I know, Caroline, this will make you very happy. Jim Parsons for Spoiler.
Which I'm seeing today. I'm so excited.
That's
but,
awesome.
But sometimes they like the TV actors on the movie side, and that's kind of
That's
like
true.
where I'm going
Globes
with.
have nominated Parsons before as well.
They nominated Jim Parsons for Hollywood as well as The Big Bang Theory.
Wasn't he nominated for the Normal Heart as well?
He probably was. I have to look up that year, but
So I have Butler, Fraser, Parsons, LaBelle, and Daniel Kaluuya.
Oh,
if they really love
Yeah,
Nope,
Kaluuya
could
is
eat
drama
some
now.
Yes,
Yeah.
because Nope is in drama, and I had him in comedy, but it's just
Yes.
a little flip flop there.
Kaluuya can easily happen in drama. That's true.
Okay, so someone in the comments I just saw said Tom Cruise in for Maverick.
yeah. I said
no,
I have to choose him.
But no, because he is so adamant against the Globes, and we already know Fraser's not going to come. They're only going to nominate one person who's not going to show up to their award show. They're not going to nominate Tom Cruise because he is so publicly spoken out against them.
Maybe,
But Maverick
yeah.
will still get in, and that's part of why for the longest time I didn't have Maverick predicted, but I have finally put it in. But they're not going to go that step and nominate Cruise.
Yeah.
I don't agree. I don't agree with that.
Well, technically, they're
yeah.
nominating Cruz because he produced it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
If-
he's not going to show up.
If Cruz,
But it's against the Globes because they were wrong and they are trying to show that they are not bad anymore.
Yeah, so I would think
It's
Yeah,
like
they-
Oscar
apologetic.
expert said this.
You
Yes,
and I watched the same video. I played the video before coming here.
But it was,
Me too.
but it was also a case of he didn't just like speak out against them; he returned the awards they gave him.
yeah.
I don't know if they really
Here's
Yeah,
the one
like,
thing I want to say
turned
real
the
quick.
awards back because they felt like it was petty. So they
Yeah,
probably
I
just
think
don't care at the end of the day. It's 100 people that it's 100 more people that are at it anyway. So
Yeah.
maybe those
Also-
people aren't really as personally
Okay,
connected
well,
to the
one
issue.
thing
as
I wanna
well.
say
Well,
real
I could be
quick.
convinced then maybe I still no, is because if anything, I'm taking out LaBelle. And no, I'm keeping with what I've got.
I'm
All
not
right.
putting the
Okay,
bell on.
before you
I
hop
don't
on,
believe in
Andres, I
LaBelle.
just want to say real
Here's
quick.
the thing: LaBelle
could
is
be-
kind of a placeholder just because I didn't know who else to put there.
Yeah, this thing.
I have
you put
someone.
I will
lipstick
help
on a-
you.
You put lipstick on a pig, it's still a pig. I literally told my friend Danny that, who's in our chat, Caroline, that movie the other day.
I love that. I love
But
that.
it's true. Okay, Andres, you go.
All right, I'll go through mine. I have Austin Butler winning. I have Brendan Fraser,
Yeah.
and then I have Tom Cruise, which we talked about briefly. Bill Nighy, and I have Gabrielle LaBelle.
Okay.
I want Paul Mescal to get in, but I know this is not the kind of award show to.
If he
reward
gets
that
in here,
award.
though, I think he gets in at the Oscars.
not
This is his bigger
impossible.
hurdle.
Like Paul Mescal, I have like at my number 6, and I want to put him in. Like
Me too.
Here's
my
the thing:
favorite
I
performance.
think if he gets in, it's either him or LaBelle. It's not both of them.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay.
Andre, you go.
Let me just say, Parsons was not nominated for A Normal Heart.
Okay, but
It
he was
was
nominated for
only-
Hollywood.
Yeah.
Boomer won, and Ruffalo was nominated.
Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah, but they still nominate him for Hollywood, which might.
Yeah. And he was awful in that.
And also, so this is it's a group of like journalists and well, not really critics, but journalists. The person, spoiler alert, is a TV journalist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Andre,
So
you go.
I have Brendan Fraser, Austin Butler, Bill Nye, and Paul Mescal and Jeremy Pope.
Ooh, you're taking a risk.
Oh, I kind of like
That's
your.
bold. That's bold.
I kinda
like
like
that a
that.
lot.
I
like
love
that a
that.
lot.
Okay.
Jeremy Pope's a really good
would
shout.
Be very happy if Jeremy Pope were nominated.
Me too.
I think he's such a Globes type. I think it's.
I've been thinking about whether Jeremy Pope's performance is a Globes type or a SAG type, and I
think
relegated
he's
him to
both.
SAG. I put him in SAG, so I'm just like.
No, see, I think he might be more Globes, and like a Kaluuya might be more SAG because they tend to go for more the genre type films over there.
Yeah.
So I had Pope in for the longest time, and then I just finally took him out when they switched Nope into drama. So.
Did
Yeah,
Pope get in for all you at the Globes? I don't think so. Let me check.
Well, you're
Okay.
checking Juggernaut, you go.
So I have Austin Butler. I finally put Austin Butler at number 1. I have Brendan Fraser at number 2, Bill Nighy at number 3, Tom Cruise at number 4, and a part of me wants to put in one of two really crazy out there predictions. One of them, Gold Derby doesn't have.
Who?
And that's Viggo Mortensen in 13 Lives.
Oh.
The other one is Christian Bale in The Pale Blue Eye.
Both
Okay,
I
here's my
considered.
I
Which is
think
what I
if
might
you
go
do
for.
go with kind of an out there choice, it might actually be Mark Rylance in The Outfit.
Mark
I don't
Rylance,
think they really.
Has anybody
If
seen
Mark
The
Rylance is going
Outfit?
to get nominated
Yes,
for
I did
anything,
watch
it's
it.
Bones and all. I
The
don't really
Globes
think.
is one of those people one of those groups who would nominate that.
Yeah, fair
You-
enough.
Hell,
know
Aaron and
that has
Leisure
a big
Secrets.
profile.
Only thing.
What are your thoughts on Hugh Jackman in The Sun? Has anybody here seen The Sun?
Pass. Next question, please.
Like I think the Sun is obviously bad as an awards player overall.
Hugh
but I
Jackman
think
is like the safe number
if
5.
if anybody gets in, like it's Hugh Jackman.
Hugh Jackman is too busy doing The Music Man to be able to go to anything.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
He's good in the movie though. I will say that.
Yeah. I think they're going to try to get people that they know they're going to show up. And speaking of showing up, I think my comedy reflects who will show up.
I'm sure.
Let's start with actress comedy because I made a huge risk with my number 5. I am not predicting Emma Thompson. But let's talk about it. Let's start with the top 2. Michelle Yeoh, Margot Robbie. No matter which one you're picking, you have to have those 2. I have Julia Roberts as my number 3 for Ticket to Paradise. Number 4 is Anya Taylor-Joy from The Menu. In my number 5th spot, Dakota Johnson for Cha-Cha Real Smooth.
Oh,
I would
I know
hate
it's
good
that.
pick.
Apple.
That's a
I
good
know
pick.
it's Apple, but you know what? I'm going to take the risk. She's a former Miss Golden Globe, so they know her. I'm going to take the risk and just see what happens.
And
Is she
you know what?
supporting though?
No,
She's lead at the Globes, but supporting everywhere else. I checked.
Okay.
yeah.
She's kind of a lead of the movie. I don't know. I don't
But-
like that movie.
Look at
I
this
mean-
way. At the Globe, she's lead.
That is one of my favorite movies I saw this year. And I wanted to put Cooper Raiff in actor, but there's just not room.
There's no room anymore.
Yeah. So I have, again, in no particular order because they started in alphabetical order and things have changed so many times. There is no order to it anymore. Anya Taylor-Joy, Julia Roberts, Margot Robbie, Michelle Yeoh, and I put Regina Hall back in.
Oh, Saibata, Brother Bro confirmed that Janelle Monáe is supporting. So,
Yeah.
It's
so
supporting.
she will not be in lead.
So I had Monet in that last spot. I took her out, put Regina
Me
Hall
too.
back in.
Me too.
Saibatico also made a
Oh.
really great point about Tom Cruise being nominated 7 times already, and it's kind of like Nicole Kidman getting nominated multiple times. Or
Well, we'll
Jodie
see
Foster.
what happens on
Things-
Monday.
Things are different. He hadn't spoken out against
Yeah.
the Globes before then.
But this
Yeah,
is
but
Top
I
Gun
don't see
Maverick,
the
though.
performance. I don't.
Like
Performance.
this is like this movie is like the biggest Globes movie ever. Like they have to give it to them.
They have no choice.
Maybe it will be like Christian Bale for Ford vs Ferrari. He got in at SAGs and Globes.
Okay, but Ford versus Ferrari was that one I
It
kind of
missed the Golden
understand a
Globe
bit
for
more.
Best Picture.
Yeah. That's
And
a good question.
maybe the reverse could happen, like Caroline has kept saying.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm predicting.
Hmm. Interesting stuff. I have, this is like an actual order: Michelle Yeoh winning, Margot Robbie, Emma Thompson, Julia Roberts, and Anya Taylor-Joy.
I'm sorry. Before we hop in, can we talk about how Leslie Manville from Mrs. Harris Goes to Paris is number 4 on freaking Gold Derby?
It's not impossible.
That movie
Mind you,
is
not
Gold Derby still
impossible.
has Nope in all the comedy categories.
That's even way before Nope and all the comedy. That was before Nope.
They also still have Keke Palmer in lead actress comedy.
Yeah.
I,
They
I
had
ha-
her in
Yeah.
supporting and they switch it again.
I have nothing against Mrs. Harris Goes to Paris, but it's just like the most anti-me movie. Like, it's just the kind of movie that I just don't like at all. Like, I respect it and it's totally fine, but that would be a weird nomination.
I
for
still
sure.
don't get
But
how
it's a
she's number
Globes.
4. Like, I
can
understand
see
Emma
it.
Thompson number 3, but how is she number 4?
Yeah, that's
All
yeah, beyond
I
me.
want to believe that she's more of a BAFTA thing than a Globes thing,
All right.
but
Yeah. All right, Andre, you go.
So I have Michelle Yeoh, Margot Robbie, Emma Thompson, Anya Taylor-Joy, and then I have been bullied on Regina Hall. All the time I'm Regina Hall. But now
I've
I'm
been with
thinking
you the whole
about
time on Regina Hall. I've been
I
with you.
know. I'm
okay.
thinking about other person, and this makes so much sense. Bella Ramsey. Bella Ramsey.
Catherine Call
Catherine
Birdie?
Call Birdie?
No, because no one likes Lena Dunham.
Yeah.
Nobody
But the
likes Lena
movie is. But people love the movie. The movie.
Yes, but if you nominate her,
got-
Lena Dunham's going to come with her, and no one likes Lena Dunham.
Sometimes some of these, there's like really low profile movies that you might think catches the Globe's attention, but are ultimately left out for
Yeah.
like low but not as low profile movies. So I'm not sure
No.
about Catherine Call Birdie.
But
But
if
that's
it
an
happened,
Easter.
I want bragging rights.
Yeah, we'll
But
give you credit.
I
Yeah, you
will
can get bragging
stick.
rights.
I will stick with Regina Hall, but
Okay.
Bella Ramsey makes so much sense.
It's possible.
Yeah.
Juggernaut, you go.
Okay, for me, I have the basic top 5: Michelle Yeoh, Margot Robbie, Emma Thompson, Julia Roberts, Anya Taylor-Joy. I want to ask really quickly: this is crazy? Did official competition qualify last
year?
Okay, because if it qualified
Cruz
this
was
year, I
not
would have
eligible.
been Penelope Cruz.
Cruz was
Okay,
not
so-
eligible.
One of the Globe voters actually talked about official competition,
Yeah.
how they wanted to predict it this year, but wanted to nominate this year, but they couldn't because it's technically last year.
But
Yeah.
my outside shot is actually the main actress from Matilda.
Oh, Alicia Ware.
Alicia
I
Ware.
don't.
Alicia
She only
Dunham.
gets in if Matilda gets a comedy picture
That's
nomination.
what I think.
That's
I
a
think
good
it's
point.
both. I think
And-
it's
But which I did. Matilda could get that last spot because, well, I don't think it just screened recently in the U.S. while the Globes voting was still happening, but it's been in theaters for a while in the U.K.
and other parts of the world. So, okay.
So
It's in theaters.
think
places?
well, that's the thing is it's because we don't know when it screened in the U.S. Clearly, it's screened at some point because the reviews have just started coming out, which means it probably screened a minimum a week ago.
Mhm.
And it's been in theaters for at least like 3 weeks or so in the
Yeah.
UK. And there's that one clip that went viral right as Globes voting began.
Mhm.
It
And it's a
could get that
musical.
last spot.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
they
I think
love their
It's going to be
musicals.
really good.
I think in picture comedy musical, it's hard for it to get in, but maybe for actress because I think
Well,
there's less
It
candidates
could
for
get
actress.
that last spot in picture comedy.
look at it this way: if it's not on R, I can see Matilda. They're gonna try to squeeze in
It's going to be one or it's yeah. I think it's going to be one or the
yeah,
other.
yeah. Fair enough.
Yeah.
I think RR has a stronger chance, but I
Yeah,
can see it
well,
happen.
yeah, but we're saying that if R misses, it's
Yeah.
definitely gonna be Matilda.
I just
yeah.
want to say about Julia Roberts, I don't believe it.
Here's the thing: she's going to get in because she's Julia Roberts, not
She's
because
Julia
the movie
Roberts.
was any good.
Yeah, which
But
is
this
Which then goes into comedy.
Gold Globes.
We'll go
This is
through
a
whether
Gold Globes.
anybody
Well,
has George
fine.
Clooney in their
Um,
in their actor. pool.
speaking of George Clooney, let's hop in because believe it or not,
Matthew, let me just say one thing about Greta Gerwig. Can she
She's not
marry
happening.
Cotillard? Can
Reviews
she
for that
marry
movie have
Cotillard?
happening.
Here's the thing:
Is
the
way-
reviews for that
White
movie
Noise
have been
is gone.
not great. So
Could be a name check thing,
I don't
like
think
Marion
so.
Cotillard.
I don't know.
She's-
They won't even
doesn't have the
nominate Greta
biggest
as a director most of the
she's
time.
not the biggest actress though.
She's not. She doesn't have the same acting profile as Marion Cotillard.
Yeah.
Now, when we
Yeah,
talk
but they
about
like-
Barbie next year, this will be a different story.
Yeah. All right, let's talk about actor comedy because that's actually been going on in the chat while we were doing actress comedy.
Mhm.
I have Diego. Oh my god, Diego
Calva. Diego
Calva
Calva.
or
Calva.
Babylon. Whatever, how you pronounce his name. Colin, George Clooney for Ticket to Paradise. I'm all over the place today. Daniel Craig for Glass Onion. Colin Farrell, the default winner. And Adam Sandler for Hustler.
I have
Not
ones for in
default.
no particular order: Ralph Fiennes, Colin Farrell, Daniel Craig, Adam Sandler, George Clooney.
All right. I have Colin Farrell, Daniel Craig, Diego Calva, Adam Sandler, and Ray Fiennes. So George Clooney's out in my lineup, but
If it wasn't, if Adam Sandler stayed in drama, I would have predicted Ray Fiennes, but I just ran out of room.
Because Netflix has been pushing Sandler hard.
Like crazy, like you have no idea.
Remember, people were expecting Sandler to get in for Uncut Gems.
But it's a
It didn't
different,
happen.
but it's a different streaming service.
This
yeah,
is
this is
more-
Netflix. It's not
Well,
A24.
and
and
it's also
yeah.
it's a more accessible movie. Like
Yeah.
Uncut Gems
Yeah.
stressed me the f out. This movie, I was
That's
highly
true.
entertained by.
I don't know.
I-
So
Or maybe they have PTSD from Uncut Gems that they don't want to nominate him.
Well, we'll see. We'll see Monday. Andre, you go.
I'm gonna do something crazy. Let's go.
Ooh.
All right.
So I have Colin Farrell, Daniel Craig, Diego Calva, Ralph Fiennes, and Tom Hanks, A Man Called Wood.
I have it.
I-
I have him too. I have him too.
The
Apparently,
thing about
that-
Tom Hanks is, did they watch the movie? And I
Apparently-
heard that they did. So,
apparently they
let's-
did. They did not see I Want to Dance with Somebody, so don't even bother. Sony is very dropping the ball on I Want to Dance with Somebody. but don't
No,
follow
it's
that
not
man.
them
They're
dropping
changing the
the
name.
ball. I think it's them realizing that it's not a good movie, so they're trying to hold off on showing it to people for as late as possible, so that people don't see the reviews and they'll just go see it, not knowing whether it's going to be good or not.
The
Yeah.
movie is on the top 10 of Owen Gleiberman from Variety. I want to
Yeah.
dance with somebody.
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, I think people are a little bit tired of the biopic stuff. Like
Well,
Elvis
and
is gonna get a
also-
pass because it's like Boz Lerman and it's like
Well,
super
and the
maximalist.
other
but-
thing is with this one, it's like the third Whitney movie in under a decade, and it's so exploitative of her
What was the-
story.
I don't know, like
Well,
what
it's
the
like
reactions
TV
have been to the movie.
movies, but it's like point is it's the third one, and the people who are going to be making the money off of it are the people who profited off her death. So a lot of people are like very anti the film because of who is going to benefit from it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like if that conversation starts going around Twitter and like other circles, like
Yeah.
that for sure it's not gonna get nominated. It's mostly a Naomi Aki vehicle,
Yeah.
obviously.
And even though
Juggernaut,
she looks nothing like Whitney and sounds nothing like Whitney.
Juggernaut,
Yeah,
your
but she's
turn.
amazing. She's
Okay.
a great actress.
All right.
She
I love
is,
her.
just not in this movie.
I
Okay.
have. I want to lay my predictions for a comedy actor.
Yeah.
Colin Farrell, goodbye. He's winning. Diego Calva, number 2. Daniel Craig, number 3. I'm waffling between. Okay, I have Tom Hanks in A Man Called Otto. I am waffling between George Clooney and I'm waffling between George Clooney and Adam Sandler.
Both are very likely. George
No Ralph
Clooney.
Fiennes?
No Ralph Fiennes, because sometimes here's what sometimes happens. Sometimes when it comes to the Golden Globes, if it's like a kind of a two-hander, they usually nominate one of the performances and not
Yeah.
the other.
That's
So
true.
maybe
I
that'll
agree.
happen to both
But-
Ticket to Paradise and The Menu.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
if that's the
it's
case,
not-
I would predict
Something else
Adam
with the
Sandler.
menu.
If I
We'll
was
get
you.
to something else with the menu later when we get into the supporting categories as well.
Well, that's literally what's up next.
Oh, that's bold.
That's literally
I knew
what's up next.
That's
I will
bold.
say
We're
it's not in my predictions, but it's going to counter predictions that others have.
Well,
Yeah.
let's talk about supporting.
I just wanna. Sorry, Matthew. Sorry, I wanna. I wanna talk about some names. Sterling K. Brown. I can see Sterling K. Brown happen.
I had him in for quite a while, and I could see putting him back in.
Watch them nominate Tom Hanks for Robert Zemeckis' Pinocchio.
Imagine them nominating him thinking it was Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio.
Watch him get
And
both
Cynthia
nominations.
Erivo's going to
Yeah.
get
The
in.
Man Called Otto and Pinocchio.
And then Cynthia Erivo's going to
And
get
Elvis.
a supporting actress for Pinocchio as well.
Oh my goodness.
I do have Tom Hanks.
Triple nominee.
I do have Tom Hanks, but somewhere else, and we're going to talk.
Okay.
Oh,
Let's talk
no.
about.
I don't want to talk about it.
Well, I want to talk about supporting actress first because that's to me is the bigger bloodbath.
Mhm.
Let's go.
Yeah.
I guess Claire Foy and Carrie Condon are the top two. I really don't know who is. I'm just going to say in the order I have. It's alphabetical. Carrie Condon for Banshees. Jamie Lee Curtis for Everything All at Once. Harrison's June. I ain't changing it, damn it.
Yeah, no, don't change it.
Claire Foy for Women Talking. Janelle Monáe for Glass Onion. And Keke Palmer for Nope. And I'll explain a little bit about that later.
Okay, so
You don't need no explain.
I think I actually have pretty much the same line. I have Keke Palmer, Claire Foy, Carrie Condon, Janelle Monáe, and I have Jamie Lee Curtis / Stephanie Hsu because it's going to be one or the other. I don't think they both get in, and I'm hoping my theory holds true that Stephanie gets in and Jamie Lee Curtis gets the Cecil B. DeMille. That would be my ideal scenario, and then everyone gets nominated and everyone's happy.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Respect. I have Carrie Condon, Claire Foy, Hong Chow, Janelle Monáe, and Stephanie Hsu.
Hong Chow
for
for
the
what?
whale.
Hong
For
Chow
the whale.
for.
For the whale.
Okay,
Whale.
because that was my point I was going to
I have
make.
seen The Whale, too.
I am hearing a lot more chatter about Hong Chow for The Menu than I am for The Whale. People seem, and even then, a lot of other people who like do predictions, they're like, she'll get nominated for The Whale, but really it's for The Menu.
Maybe. Maybe.
So,
I think people who have
see a
multiple
world where-
performances in one year
And I
definitely
can see
benefit
a
from
world where
that.
maybe not at other shows, but at the Globes, where she gets nominated for The Menu rather than The Whale.
Yeah. I will say this. My dad's a SAG voter, so I kind of know what's happening with SAG. Apparently, The Whale is just the Brendan Fraser show.
The Whale is the
I've
Whale's
seen The Whale.
definitely it's definitely the Brendan Fraser show.
No, I'm
and
trying to explain that the advertising and campaigning is literally just Brendan Fraser. Like they're not even.
I mean, there's a
talking
reason
about
why
the
they basically waited until the last second to release a trailer. They're just trying to be like, it's Brendan Fraser in a movie. Come see it.
Literally, it's
The whole
because,
campaign is just, it's
And
Brendan.
it's working. The movie did very well.
yeah,
and
but
then
the,
limited
Critics
release.
hate
Yeah.
At
the
the
6
box
theaters.
office, Andre?
Yeah, the
Because
box office
critics
it did
groups
well
have been
for the 6.
dunking it like I've been predicting.
Yeah, but the box office for the opening in 6 cities or whatever is very
You know,
Yes,
promising.
the
the
cities
way-
they release it in are the cities they have to release it in for award season.
Yeah,
So of
yeah.
course the industry is going to be like, oh, it's Brendan Fraser. When it hits general audiences, might be a different story.
general audience,
know.
like I having seen the movie, I think it's gonna have a weird path because obviously
agree.
the festival hype had Brendan Fraser obviously at number one, and it's kind of died down a little bit. Once it gets a wide release, I think a lot of people are actually gonna see it because they're interested in seeing Brendan Fraser, and general audiences are gonna like eat this movie up. Like this is like a general audience kind of movie. This is not a critic movie, like not at all.
Yeah.
Like it will have people crying, and like I cried in the theater. Like it's just it's like very emotionally powerful if you like.
And the
resonate with
Oscars
the
like
movie.
that. I can see the movie getting just the Oscar nomination for Best Picture. Like, no, it got Critics' Choice, but Tom Hanks' Towers won
extremely loud and incredibly.
That movie made me. That was like the first like Oscar movie I saw. Like when I started paying attention to awards, and that movie made me cry.
That movie made me
I was in
reconsider
6th
my
grade. Though,
life.
so it only says so much.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really hated that movie.
I hate it.
I was a 6th
It's
grader.
awful.
I thought it was
Wait.
great. I had also read the book.
Sorry.
so-
Which movie is this?
Extremely loud and
incredibly
incredibly close.
Oh, I haven't seen that. No, I haven't seen that.
Oh,
It's
don't,
interesting.
don't. It's awful.
It's an
It's
interesting
one of
ride.
the worst movies ever made.
Well,
I
have not seen it
really don't like
since-
that kid's performance. Oh,
No,
Well, I have
the
not
kid
seen it
is
since
Oh.
it came out in theaters.
Get ready-
So I
get
would
re-
think
I'm-
differently of it now.
I hate to dunk on people, but get ready to see
Zen
the Sun.
McGrath.
Zen McGrath and the Sun is just something else. I feel sorry for him.
does
like
he play his
it's
nails
not-
like?
Oh, it's so bad. It's so bad.
I can't wait. I want so much to see the Suns.
Yeah.
So,
All right, Andre,
have-
you're supporting actress.
I have Jessie Buckley, Women Talking. Angela Bassett, Black Panther, Wakanda Forever.
Oh,
Carrie Condon, Janelle Monáe, and Jamie Lee Curtis. I don't
Okay.
want to do this. I want
Angela
Jamie Lee
Bassett, I
Curtis.
had in, and I have had in for months and months and months. And finally, yesterday, Matthew convinced me to take out Angela Bassett. And I am
Why?
how'd you do it, Matthew?
You could have kept
Why?
her.
Matthew's campaigning against Angela.
Then I had to pick someone out to put in Kiki Palmer and Janelle
That's the
Monáe.
problem. The problem is Kiki Palmer and Janelle Monáe going supporting messed up Caroline's prediction.
Yeah,
That's
but
best
That's
how
True.
can you
Right.
have Wakanda Forever for picture and not Angela Bassett?
Well, then who am I taking out?
I can see Bassett more
Claire
than
Foy. I
Wakanda
don't
Forever
believe
for picture,
in
honestly.
Claire Foy.
I'll take out, but then I have no one for
Oh.
women talking. Which then goes with my whole women talking getting nothing, actually. So yeah, that works.
Yeah,
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, it's
Juggernaut, your turn.
It's possible for Women Talking to get one of those supporting actress nominees. It's possible for them to get none.
Because
I
I
am
have a feeling with enough of them being in supporting, they might cancel each other out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
I'm
Spotlight.
currently predicting both. I have at number 1, I have Jessie Buckley. At number 2, I have Carrie Condon. At number 3, I have Claire Foy. At number 4, I have Jamie Lee Curtis. And number 5, number 5, Janelle Monáe. I forgot. Yeah.
What are you gonna say?
Yeah,
I was gonna say Carrie Mulligan, but like no.
I had Janelle Monáe in lead for a while, and yesterday's news made me change that. So
Yeah.
I was like, I refuse to predict Emma Thompson, so I'm like, after I'm gonna predict this.
Wait,
Is she Maria Bakalova in Borat's subsequent movie film? Is she Lupita Nyong'o in Us because she plays two
Well,
characters?
we're about to find out.
We're about to find out.
Oh, why are you guys giving me spoilers?
no, don't spoil the movie for Andre.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah,
I can't watch the
And
movie.
technically,
It's
she
not on my
actually
Steam.
isn't playing two characters. So
All right, never mind.
Let's
Yeah.
just
Oh my
no more Glass Onion.
Let's move on to
talk.
supporting actor before this gets
Sorry.
started.
Listen,
Actually, I
we're
just-
not saying anything else about it, but now we really made you want to see the movie.
Yeah.
I
Very-
want to see the movie.
Wait.
Very quickly
It's
gonna
not in
note because
theaters.
the Oscar
Guys.
Juggernaut mentioned this briefly. This is the first time we mentioned She Said. Do we think that's just like dead?
It's either
No, I
Mulligan or
have she
bust.
said.
Here's the thing: it
I
would
have
be
she
either
said.
Mulligan or
Oh yeah,
Mulligan.
She Said. Okay. Yeah, Mulligan.
Because-
Yeah, fair enough.
Oh, I
Mulligan-
should have
Mulligan
Carrie
and
Mulligan.
Morton were the only good parts of that movie.
Category
I
fraud.
was so excited for that movie, and I came out so disappointed.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it.
It's
So we have to
you're
go
not
check it.
missing much.
It's out.
It's a lot
out
of
on-
people
Yeah, it's
sitting in
out.
a room pretending to talk to someone on the phone.
I want
It's
to talk to
Three-fourths of
Gwyneth
the movie.
Paltrow.
It's just someone sitting in an empty room pretending to talk on the phone.
All right.
I mean, I really like She Said.
Yeah. Let's.
But
And
I
you
don't
were
think
not,
it's gonna be anything.
and you were not sold on that. The
Yeah.
Oscar Juggernaut, right?
What was that?
You were not sold on. She said with the trailer. I remember.
I remember not being sold on She Said as an awards contender from the trailer. Personally speaking, I didn't really have any personal investment, so it wasn't until I watched the movie, and I really loved the movie. It's actually one of my favorite movies of the year. But I'm
Yeah.
not gonna let that make me predict She Said for really anything because
Fair
it
enough.
bombed
Yeah,
the
I can
box
see
office. And
I had it
it's,
in
it's,
store
it's
for-
this year's The Report. I keep telling y'all.
Yeah.
Which means it could get a Carrie Mulligan nomination at
Which
Globes because
she's
Annette
not.
Bening did.
Yeah, but
The-
Annette Bening is Annette Bening. She's a
Yeah.
legend. Like Carrie Mulligan is not quite at legend status
Alright.
yet.
Yeah.
She'll get
Yeah.
nominated next year for Maestro. It's
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah.
All right, Matthew. You go ahead.
I want to
Move on.
supporting actor and director before you have to go.
Can I?
I can
No,
stick
no,
around a
no,
little bit longer.
No,
Maybe,
seriously,
but
no. He has to go soon. I need to.
I can probably
Yeah.
stick around to like 2:15 ish.
We got 15
see.
minutes. We can get through
Yeah,
these
we'll
categories.
we'll get through these.
I just want to throw out one name.
Go
Yes.
ahead.
Jean Smart.
No,
The
not
Globes.
No, I'm just
The
It's a
Globes.
cameo.
Just the Globes. They
No,
did
no,
not
the-
even-
the-
not even-
They're only
not
going to
even
nominate
two-
her
two
for
little
hacks
screen time.
anyway. They don't need to nominate her on the movies.
They did the
They
Big
didn't even
Bang
nominate
guy.
Bradley Cooper for Licorice Pizza, buddy. No.
I think her role is too small. Is the problem.
Her role's way too small. Even like it's smaller than
It's-
Judd Hirsch in the Fablemans. I heard. Like it's even
Is
smaller.
it really? Is it really small?
That's what I kept hearing.
No way.
hearing.
Great segue, Matthew. Great
All right.
segue.
Well, we're gonna hop in supporting actor because
Yeah.
Dolly
Dolly DeLeon for Triangle of Sadness.
Quan
Sorry.
is my number one. Sweeping,
Yeah.
sweeping. Number two, Brendan Gleeson for Banshees. Paul Dano from the Fablemans. Tom Hanks for Elvis. I'm sorry.
Oh God.
And I'm not done yet. I have one more. Eddie Redmayne for The Good Nurse.
Jesus.
Can
So-
Slash Harry
Very-
Styles in My Policeman.
I will say
I
that
think either is happening.
that is very Globes appropriate predictions.
Well,
for sure.
I have some fun ones.
Go
This
for it.
one I actually do have kind of ranked a bit. I
Um,
have Quan, Dano, Gleason, Hanks, and Ed Norton.
for
Ed Norton, Glass
Onion.
Onion.
Or Glass Onion.
Because of the kind of character, I'm not going to spoil it, but because of, I mean, you can tell from the trailer and the posters, it's like an Elon Musk-esque character.
It's a fun
Yeah.
So
character.
it's got that like
Yeah.
kind of political relevance that they like to have,
Yeah.
that current cultural relevance. So I think he could get it, and he's quite frankly very good in the role as well.
Yeah.
So I think he could, because that fifth spot is so open, he could take that last spot.
Yeah.
All
Hot
right.
take. Edward
Also,
Norton is a
Dano-
good actor.
Also, outside of Quan, Dano is my favorite supporting performance of the year.
Yeah.
Dano's
Putting
great.
that out there. He's my
Uh,
favorite part of the Fablemans.
He's a very charming nerd, and I
Yeah.
feel like that actually goes a long way.
Yeah,
in
for
this
sure.
awards race.
I think his performance is like a little underrated, honestly.
Yeah.
He's very good in it. My picks are Kikui Kwan, obviously winning, Brendan Gleeson, Dano, Barry Keoghan. So I have double noms for
What's
Banshees,
gonna happen?
Wow.
and I have Ben Whishaw getting in
Okay.
for Women
I
Talking.
had him in for a while, and then just kind of it's faded.
Mm.
And I do think the whole women talking getting delayed, even the
Yeah.
release getting delayed, I think that doesn't help its case. a whole
Women
lot.
Talking is definitely losing some steam because of the delays. I will say, like, he is probably my favorite performance in the movie, so I like him a lot. I think he's very good. But yeah, I
And
can
the
see that.
Globes do love Wishaw. They've nominated
The-
him and awarded
exactly.
him before.
I also want to shout out Brian Tyree Henry for Causeway because
Yep.
he's
He
probably my
should
favorite
be
performance of the
nominated.
year.
He
He
for
could
the
take
supporting
that
actor.
last spot. He
Yeah,
could
he's
take the last
amazing in it.
Yeah, can you say mine?
spot. Yes.
Andre,
So-
now it's your turn.
I have QA Kwan, Brendan Gleeson, Paul Dano, Jude Hirsch, and Brian Terry Henry.
I
Okay.
really want Henry nominated.
I have number one Ki Hui Kwan, sweep. Number
Yeah.
2 Brendan Gleeson. Number 3 Ben Whishaw. Number 4 Paul Dano, and number 5 Tom Hanks and Elvis.
Oh,
I just-
guys.
we know
Guys,
for
let's
sure
not
that
will it
Quan-
into existence, guys.
It's okay though, because we know Quan's
But I
going to
could-
bring his broom and he's going to sweep up.
I could switch to Eddie Redmayne though.
I have both Hanks and Redmayne, so I don't know what that says about me as a club.
Yeah, I just think because Redmayne's movie is also a Netflix movie, and Netflix is pushing Glass Onion more. I think Norton, because they're doing enough of a push for that movie, Norton could sneak into that last spot.
Or look at it this way. I don't know what happened to Andre. I did not do a single thing clicking out.
He
But,
probably, his Wi-Fi probably
Probably
dropped or
accidentally
something.
clicked
Okay.
leave
Um,
studio.
but I forgot what I was going to say. I'm close to predicting Harry Styles in My Policeman, but I'm not that crazy.
No,
I'm
I-
only crazy enough to predict Eddie Redmayne.
you
And
wouldn't be
Hanks.
super crazy for doing it, because I've heard a lot of like critics talking about how that is their most underrated performance of the year. And if enough of them think that, maybe not necessarily at the Globes, like I could see him sneaking in at a Critics' Choice.
Anything is
What are you
possible.
talking?
Harry Styles.
Harry Styles and
Or
that-
My Policeman.
So, you know, Critics' Choice is too invested to predict the Oscars for that to happen.
But so
Yeah.
many critics I've heard say how Harry Styles is like low key their favorite. Like they think he's one of the best performances of the year in My
Okay.
Policeman.
Okay, I am not.
Hey,
I
I
don't,
would not
think,
say
I, don't
that
think,
too
I don't
much.
think they determined the Critics' Choice though.
All right.
That's clear.
At the Globes, I'm now predicting Harry Styles. Thank you very much. I am not
I don't.
predicting
I
Eddie
think this
Redmayne
is
anymore.
old Globes. It would be the
Also,
old Globes.
Yeah, I
Styles
think-
wouldn't be able to attend the Globes because he's touring when the Globes are
Oh
happening.
yeah, true.
So
I'll just stick with Redmayne.
again, they're going to nominate people who are actually going to show up, with the exception
I
of
don't think
Brendan Fraser.
people think that
And
way
Tom-
when
and
they
Tom
are
Cruise.
going.
No, I don't
Well,
think Cruise is going to
Tom
get it.
Cruise produced Top
Because
Gun
they're not going to
Mavericks.
do two in the same category.
Well, here's the thing: they nominate Cruise is a producer of Top Gun Maverick, so
Well, yeah.
they're
but
technically
producers-
nominating two people that won't show up. So
Well, yeah, but a producer they're not going to nominate like when they're panning to all the nominees and like a
yeah.
category where it's individual nominees. They're not going to have a category where two of the 5 nominees don't show up.
True. Okay. Let's talk about director because mine is a fun cast mess.
I think we have the same, Matthew.
No, we don't. I can tell you that.
No.
Matthew's made changes.
I made some
Oh,
changes.
So you must.
Steven Spielberg is my number one.
Yes.
Sarah Pauli's my number 2, and then
Okay.
this is where things get cray. I have Baz Luhrmann for Elvis.
Not the same.
Not
The
that great.
director of RRR, I'm not even going to bother butchering his name.
That's Russian.
S.S. Rajamouli.
Thank you. And Gina Prince Briar Warden for the Women King.
You mean
Lightfoot.
Bloodfoot?
By the way,
Yeah. I think they're going to nominate 2 women. And I think they're going to, and I really think that it's because I have the Women King in picture drama. It makes more sense to predict her than any other woman.
So you dropped Till for Women King in both
Yes.
picture and director.
Yes. And then I put the Women King in its place.
Okay.
All right. So I have, in no particular order, Baz Luhrmann, Jordan Peele, S.S. Rajamouli, Gina Prince Blythewood, and Steven Spielberg.
Jordan Peele.
However, yes, because Nope has been picking up so much steam, and I feel like the Globes, when they go all in on a movie, they go all in on a movie.
And they do like to do makeup awards. They're like, hey, we didn't nominate you last time. Here you go.
So I could see Nope. However, if it's not Peele, I think the Daniels get in.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's possible for Daniels to miss.
yeah, I have
Which is why, as of right now, I have the Daniels missing. But if it's not Peele, I think it's the Daniels.
Yeah.
I have Spielberg at number 1, obviously. I have the Daniels getting in. I have McDonough getting in. I have Gina Prince Bythewood getting in. And if enough people see Avatar, I guess James Cameron. If not, Sarah Polley.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, if enough people see Avatar, James Cameron will definitely be in this category.
Yep.
So, Mario, I have the same as you, except Baz Luhrmann.
I know
I
you
have the
don't have
Daniels.
Baz Luhrmann. I know you don't have Baz Luhrmann. I could have told
They
you that.
love Baz. They love Baz at the Globes.
They do. They nominated him for Moulin Rouge.
Well, he deserves
And
to
they
be
were right.
on Rouge.
They were right. The Oscars were wrong.
But
I just want to say about the Daniels. If they don't get in this category and Martin McDonagh does, or S.S. Rajamouli, the
I think
chance that
Rajamouli
they
can win.
win, that Everything Everywhere wins comedy picture is very reduced. Every time a director from a comedy movie is in the director lineup, that movie wins the comedy.
Peter Farrelly was nominated for Green Book, so that technically.
Yeah. So that
He
tracks.
was
To
nominated.
when, but throwback
At
to
the-
when The Room won and Franco
The
was
Room.
not nominated. Or
The
not
Disaster
The Room,
Disaster Artist?
The Disaster Artist, which is
No,
about
Lady Bird won comedy.
Lady
that
Bird
year.
won.
Yeah,
Wait,
Lady
But
Bird won.
none. But
I'm gonna
but none
explain.
of
Lady
but none
Bird
of
won.
the
Lady Bird won comedy musical picture with Saoirse Ronan.
yes, but none of the comedy directors were in the category. If one of them were, that movie would have won. That's what I'm saying.
But I think Everything Everywhere All at Once is a strong enough player, and especially if Kwan and Yo win, it doesn't need to be in director. Plus, we'll get to
It's
this in the
just
next category,
it's
but
just a
probably gonna
stat.
show up on
I'm
screen.
just talking about a stat that it's almost unbreakable.
All right.
I think Rajamouli is going to win, though. Quite frankly,
We'll see.
Director?
Yeah, they're not.
Director.
I think he could come in
Over
as a director.
Spielberg?
Yeah. Well, we'll talk about that.
Nah, I'm not going
I-
that far.
I think
Juggernaut, what's yours?
My predictions for best director are number 1, Steven Spielberg. I think he wins here, even if he doesn't win at the Oscars.
Yeah, I
Number
would agree
2,
with that.
Number 2, Daniels for Everything Everywhere All at Once. Number 3, I am going with Todd Field for Tar. Number 4, Damien Chazelle for Babylon, and number 5, Sarah Polley for Woman Talking.
Okay.
But
I say-
outside shots are James Cameron, S.S. Rajamouli, and Baz Luhrmann. Martin McDonough, no.
Yeah, Martin. Here's the thing.
Martin gets screenplay.
Banshees is more of a screenplay film than a director.
Well, that's a lot of the movies this year, though. I feel like are much more. It's less about the directing and more about the writing of the movie.
Fillmtasic.
disagree.
Hang on.
Yeah.
you're-
Yeah. Sorry, I just realized. Yeah, Women Talking is also like that. It's more screenplay heavy, but I do think McDonough has a case here. I can see him getting nominated over Baz Luhrmann if the Globes are trying to like recover some of the reputation that they lack.
Apparently they're in PR mode, but I still think they can't resist Elvis. I'm sorry.
I mean, we'll see. It's definitely
my
possible.
thing is they snubbed Yorgos Lanthimos for The Favorite, and I feel like the
That's
Banshees in a similar
fucking
boat.
insane.
Yeah.
The Favorite
And
is a 10 out of 10 movie. in
Yeah,
my
and
eyes.
here's the Banshees have been compared to In Bruges, and that only got 2 actor nominations in picture.
The Benches is not.
I didn't hang up.
It's so much bigger.
Okay. Let's hop into screenplay because I do have Banshees there. I'll just say that. I have Banshees. I finally have Everywhere, Everything, All at Once in screenplay. I was nervous predicting Everything, Everything, All at Once at the Globes, outside picture and acting. I'm not anymore. Fablemans, Women Talking, and my risk, The Glass Onion.
Okay, well, mine are different. My risk is going to be very interesting, so I'm saving that for the end of my list.
Okay.
I have Everything Everywhere All at Once, The Fablemans, Glass Onion, Women Talking, and spoiler alert.
Ooh.
I think it's one of
Ooh.
those where it could sneak in there in that screenplay because I just think it could sneak in there. It's a possibility, especially because of who's behind the people behind the script and the directing in the movie. It's a possibility.
Jessica's never asked,
Here's
like,
a rule
no.
of thumb when it comes to the screenplay category at the Golden Globes: top contenders only. I'm
Remember Molly's Game? I didn't know that was a top contender.
But that also had Aaron
That's
Sorkin.
Sorkin.
behind it.
Sorkin
Yeah,
is like,
that's-
Well, here's my
they'll make an
point.
exception for
Here's my
Sorkin.
Sorkin.
point about the
Exception.
screenplay categories.
Keep in mind that up
Aaron
until
Sorkin is the
yesterday, I
exception.
also had spoiler alert getting into drama picture and supporting actress.
Fair enough.
So,
You have it overperforming like a lot.
Well, she used
well,
to.
I don't
She
have
took
them
it
there anymore.
out. But she-
But I've also read the book, so I know more of like what's
backstory.
behind it and what's involved and the people who know the people behind the actual story because it's based on it's a real story. So
People are decently mixed on the movie, right?
leaning more positive, but it's a lot of it is that it's like kind of borderline simple, but just but the performance is elevated all.
Gotcha.
it's a movie that's done simply, but the performances are so great.
And it's popping up now all over social media, just like videos of people like hysterically sobbing during the movie who are voters in a number of awards bodies.
Yeah, Parsons is the only one predicting, but Field can easily sneak in.
And a lot of love has been given to Aldrich too. He's been called out in almost every review as being like shockingly good.
But I still think Parsons and Field are.
I think Parsons because he's Parsons and Fields because they're the big names.
Yeah. Okay. Your turn, Andres.
I have Banshees. I have Everything Everywhere. I have Tar. I have Women Talking, and I have The Fablemans.
Okay.
So very basic picks.
I do think The Fablemans are going to win either directing or screenplay. I'm not sure if it wins both.
I think directing. I think screenplay will go to either Banshees or Everything Everywhere.
I agree. I'm just saying though. I think it's one or the other.
I will say I think because the whole actors on actors variety thing just came out with Michelle Yeoh, who said that the entire time they made the movie for Everything Everywhere All at Once, from when she received the first script to when they finished filming the movie, not a single page changed. And I think that is so rare that little quote alone could boost its chances in screenplay.
And I don't know if that's necessarily good.
Well, Andre, tell us yours then.
No, I agree that the movie is safe here, but I don't know if that philosophy of the movie, the script didn't change during the movie.
No, because that means it was so good from the jump, they never had to change a page of it.
Is Andre a fan of Everything Everywhere? Just curious.
I am.
Okay.
I am.
Okay, Andre, your score. I mean, screenplay. God.
It's
So-
okay, Matthew.
What's it? I'm just gonna keep sipping my ginger ale longer.
It's okay. You're good, man.
So the Globes here they like star screenwriters.
Yeah. So
and they
what's
like
yours?
top contenders. I'm just doing my. So I have
Once we get
Everything
through
Everywhere.
by the way, very quickly, once we get through everyone's, I want to mention something, but I'm just like putting this in here now so that once we get through Juggernauts and Andres, we circle back around.
Okay, we can.
Okay. Banshees of Inisherin, The Fablemans, Women Talking. And I was between Glass Onion, Knives Out didn't get in, but it was a more strong field that year. And The Menu. I will go with The Menu.
I had the menu in for a while. I just switched to Glass Onion because I took the menu out of picture comedy. That's why I took the menu out of screenplay.
I did it too, but I think the screenplay could be they could like that kind
It
of
is by the
screenplay, but-
writers of Succession.
and
So
it's Succession, right?
Oh,
Right.
A writer of Succession.
you know what I mean.
No,
And
It
is the
doesn't
venue
get
eligible for
two
WGA?
We don't know yet. Well, they should be, but
If they are, then they would get in there.
I was about to say they should be, because one of the writer, because one's a writer for Succession, so it has to be eligible for that, and the other one's a writer for a late night show, so it also has to be eligible.
The Onion.
all right,
Okay.
Juggernaut.
So my top 5, you know, I've been influenced by Belfast's screenplay win last year for The Fablements, but now I think I'm actually going to stick with Everything Everywhere All at Once winning. And I'm going to go Banshees at number 2, Fablements at number 3, Women Talking at number 4, and then I'm going to go with Tar at number 5. Because I honestly think that Tar is sometimes Golden Globes nominate movies that have like a very that seem very impressive to a lot of people.
It's like Power of the Dog type stuff.
So what I wanted to circle back around to was this morning, like within the last 10 minutes, the Las Vegas Film Critics Society just announced their nominations for screenplay, for example. And I think they're interesting because we have original screenplay is Banshees, Everything Everywhere All at Once, Fablemans, Tar, and Nope. And then in adapted, it's Living, She Said, The Whale, Women Talking, and Bones and All. I just think it's interesting and worth noting as we're talking about screenplays here, that these seem to be the screenplay that people are noticing different screenplays than we necessarily thought.
And I talked about earlier about makeup nominations, and sometimes the Globes love to do makeup awards. Like, here, we didn't get you last time. Here we go. We like
the
you.
other thing is, like, so Nope popping up in these nominations, and I've had a lot of discussions with people lately where, okay, so full disclosure, I have not seen Nope yet. I also don't do horror movies. I don't watch horror movies, but it is on my list, and I think I'm going to watch it tonight. A lot of people I have talked with have said Nope is the movie that, for even more than Everything Everywhere All at Once, Nope is the movie that has stuck with them and they've been thinking about ever since seeing it. And I think that might be a bigger player and something that, just because it's not your traditional quote unquote like Oscar bait prestige film, like people are overlooking.
Okay, after I'm putting Nope in. Okay.
You know, when it comes to makeup nominations, does this count? The Globe snubbed James Corden for casting that they nominated for the Prom.
Okay, yeah, that could. Honestly, I hate to say it, but that realistically could count. I do have James Corden getting nominated on the TV side. Apparently, he did a small Amazon show for the Mammal.
No,
people hate James Corden now.
Yeah, we all hate him.
Listen,
I don't understand the hate for
They've
James
announced the whole cast for the Wiccan movie except for Dillamond, and until I am told otherwise, I am going to be concerned that Dillamond is that man. I don't know who he'll be, but until I am told, Dr. Dillamond is one of the characters in Wicked. He ends up being the Cowardly Lion in the Wizard of Oz. Yeah. He's the Cowardly Lion equivalent. And until they announce otherwise that it is not that man, I am going to live in fear that they have cast him, even though I don't think it will be. I am just going to live in fear that it could be.
Yeah.
The Las Vegas Film Critics did Baz Luhrmann in.
They nominated Darren Aronofsky for director. They had some weird stuff in there.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah. But no, as Rajamouli.
I still think he gets it.
It also seems like they didn't get enough people to watch Babylon, and I'm just going off of them snubbing it for score, which seems a little weird.
Speaking of score, do you want to do
and
score?
No Margot Robbie.
Filmtastic Panda.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so actually, the thing with I do want to go to, because I heard the mention of Margot Robbie quickly. Some of the people I've heard talk about it so far have said like she's good in it, but don't be surprised if she gets snubbed because she's like good, but it's not that good a performance.
Oh.
I think her performance is like kind of just like a huge performance, like a extremely baity, loud performance. And from what I've heard things about like comparisons to like Leo DiCaprio and Wolf of Wall Street type of performance, I don't see that getting snubbed personally, unless Babylon just gets like a lot of hate and they just start like.
And also, I want to go to this person who commented about the late night host in Wicked. His show doesn't wrap up until May. Wicked started shooting this week. That is why I think it might not be him. And I'm hoping it is not him because of the fact that, yes, they're about to go on winter break, but he still has several, like another 6 months of shows to shoot.
It
Well,
doesn't make sense. It is
yeah.
not
Well,
a
when has
big
casting
name.
James Corden in recent years made sense?
Okay.
Never. I don't get it.
Here's the
Great
thing.
a-
I liked him in
great
Into the
agent.
Woods, and he's great in Begin Again, which he has a whole like 5 lines in. But like in the stuff he's been cast in the last 5 years or so, he has not been a good fit for the roles.
I think it's annoying every time. I don't
Well,
like
and
him in
also,
Begin
he's a
Again.
notorious asshole. So
All right. Let's hop into score. I have Babylon, The Fablemans, Pinocchio, Top Gun Maverick, and Women Talking.
I have Babylon, Fablemans, Top Gun Maverick, Pinocchio, and Wakanda Forever.
Which could happen.
Nice.
It-
I have Babylon, Women Talking, Pinocchio, The Batman, and Empire of Light.
Oh my god, you don't know how badly I want the Batman to happen.
The Batman is amazing.
I want it to win.
Yes, absolutely. Deserved.
Yeah. Just want to say something about the Globes in score. They do really inspired picks. They go out of their way to go.
They
They
choose
nominated
excellent
Motherless,
Daniel
Brooklyn,
Pemberton all the time. Well, almost all the time,
Yeah.
except for being the Ricardos.
I'm not
except
pretty-
the Sorkin ones. Some
Yeah.
of the Sorkin ones.
I for a while I actually had oh my
See how they
God,
run.
Daniel Pemberton for See How They Run, but that movie just completely.
I will say I actually had White Noise in score for quite a bit because it's a Danny Elfman score, but the
Yeah.
movie is getting such little reviews
I heard the score's amazing.
that I
Yeah.
don't know. I just took it out and put in, what did I put in? Oh, and Top Gun in, which I hadn't had Top Gun in because someone had told me it wasn't qualified, but then once I found out yesterday it immediately went in. So
Yeah.
I don't think it's gonna happen. So I have the Fablemans, Women Talking, Pinocchio, The Woman King, and RRR. Let's go.
Interesting. I
Fillmtasic
like that.
Panda, what do you have?
I said I have Babylon, The Batman, Women Talking, Pinocchio, and Empire of Light.
Oh, I missed it. But-
yeah.
Okay, I have Babylon, Women Talking, Pinocchio, The Batman, and I want to default to the Fablemans, but I am wondering if they do something super duper crazy. Not necessarily Daniel Pemberton and See How They Run, but either some random nomination for Everything Everywhere All at Once, The Whale, or
I can see The Whale.
or something, or 13 Lives.
So here's the thing. I also
Who's
think
doing
I really
the
think y'all are
13 Lives?
underestimating
Is
the
Newton
Wakanda
Howard.
Forever score because that was one of the best elements of the movie. I mean, that scene when it's on the boat, and we know which boat scene I'm talking about, and it's like the siren call. That is the most eerie, stunning piece of music I have ever heard in a movie.
I'm gonna
Wallfish for
just
13
Wallfish.
Lives.
Yeah,
Just-
I was searching too.
just quickly. I have Empire of Light in, and Trent Reznor and Atticus Ross have like 2 scores, I guess, for bigger movies this year. They did
What
the
are
Bones
they?
and All. They did the Bones and All score, and the Bones and All score is like maybe like top 3 of the year for me. And the Empire of Light score is amazing as well. So I think they just have like they have 2 movies this year. Maybe they get in for like the more
They
Oscar
can
baity
go
one.
for Bones and All.
They could also go for
really
Bones and All.
They
I
can.
do
do that.
also want to light a candle for my Fallen Soldier favorite score that's not going to get in anywhere because the movie was not quite up to snuff. The Don't Worry Darling score.
I have to admit the score in that is actually
The
really good.
score,
I don't even remember the
The
score. To be
score-
fair.
see, that's
Same.
one of the few things that did stick with me from that movie was the score because the score was just, it set the tone. Did the
Not follow.
script match up with it all? No, but the score really helped set the tone.
Yeah.
The thing that stuck with me from that movie was Florence Pugh opening that briefcase somehow.
Also, just Florence Pugh. Just
Florence
Florence Pugh.
And the song, I do like the song. We
Yeah.
do
There's like
all
it's
the
the same
time.
line over and over again. That's
Yeah.
it.
But it's
It's
catchy.
catchy. It's catchy. It's
Yeah.
catchy. I will say that.
All right, we're gonna do international anime, and then we'll finish with song. I think that's the plan.
Cool.
Yeah.
International feed. Oh, sorry.
I'll leave after international. I'll just want to go
Okay.
international then.
No problem. International film. I have all. This is no particular order. All Quiet on the Western Front,
Mhm.
Bardo, Decision to Leave, Holy Spider, and RRR.
So I realized I have no predictions for that category, which I forgot about, but Las Vegas Film Society announced their comedy film nominations. It is Banshees, Rose, Glass Onion, Triangle of Sadness, and The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent. Have we forgotten Nicolas Cage?
Yes.
Should we be name checking?
No, like
No, no,
If
no.
we're
No.
casting George Clooney for a movie that he was mediocre in, and
yeah,
Nicolas Cage was-
but Unbearable Weight came out in like February though. Like that was a
March.
while
Even
back.
April.
We don't need
And that movie is so.
I just feel like they would do it. I just feel like
They could do
Also,
it.
we can skip me for international because I have no predictions for it.
Sure,
Other
sure.
than RRR.
I
All Quiet on the Western Front.
I think RRR makes sense to win it. I have one of my favorite movies of the year winning this just because I'm willing it into existence. Decision to Leave to win. RRR, All Quiet on the Western Front, Close, the A24 movie from Belgium, and EO.
What
Just
about Bardo?
rogue
by
shout.
the way? What
Very
happened
rogue
to
shout. What's up?
What happened to Bardo, by the way? Wasn't that
I have Bardo in.
Barda's right outside my picks for me. It's my number 6.
I only have Bardo in because it's a Netflix film. That's really
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
it's more
but
accessible.
All Quiet on the Western Front could steal its thunder enough to knock it out. All right, Andre,
So-
yours.
I have Saint Omer in the place of Iho.
Okay, same thing as me. Okay.
Yeah.
Juggernaut.
And for me, I have number 1 RRR, number 2 Decisions to Leave, number 3 Close, number 4 Saint Omer, and number 5 I'm waffling between The Quiet Girl, Holy Spider, EO, and All Quiet on the Western Front.
Yeah, and there's Argentina. The
Argentina 1985.
movie.
You
Yeah.
know what?
People
I'm gonna
do
put
like
Argentina 1985 in my number 5. I forgot about that.
Yeah, they're gonna do. They usually do weird stuff in this category.
And
Yeah.
but
And I'm also
I don't
predicting
think
that to the Oscars.
Argentina is weird stuff. I think Argentina is gonna be a contender, but they do like weird stuff and big names.
Yeah.
All right. Are you gonna head out, film?
Yeah, I'm gonna head out. Sorry, guys, I have to bounce.
No,
but,
no
it was-
worries.
You're
Thank you
missing
so
the
much.
best
for
category of
Goodbye.
them all.
I know, right?
No, you're
Oh,
missing out.
Actually,
best
I'm
one.
gonna shoot you. I'm gonna shoot Matthew a little message on Twitter just so he
Yeah.
has my picks in case you guys
Yeah.
want to talk through them.
For anime and song.
Yeah. I'm gonna send those. But yeah, it's great chatting with you guys. Let's connect
Thank-
over Twitter, Letterboxd, and yeah.
Yeah.
Have a good rest
Yeah.
of your talk.
Thank you.
Really
You too.
like.
guys. All right.
All right, bro.
Bye.
Take
Bye.
care.
All right. Do you want to do song first or anime?
Let's do
I have
song.
predictions
do
for
song.
song. I don't have predictions for animated.
So song it is. First off, I'm gonna read Fillmtasic Panda's nominations, then I'll read my own.
Mhm.
Okay, so he has "Lift Me Up" from
Mhm.
Black Panther, "Hold My Hand" from Top Gun Maverick, "Vegas" from Elvis,
Yeah.
"Nobody Like You" from Turning Red, and "Not To" from RRR.
Okay.
So that's what he
Ah,
has. I have something a little bit different. I have Carolina from Where the Crawdads Sing,
Oh yeah.
Heartbeat from Lila Crocodile, Hold My Hand from Top Gun Maverick, Lift Me Up from Wakanda Forever, and On My Way from Marry Me.
I have Carolina. I have Lift Me Up. I have Hold My Hand. I have Not To. And then the last spot, I have a song from Spirited because Pasek and Paul, who have won every single time they've been nominated in this category at the Globes. I have the song Unredeemable.
Which is part of the reason why I'm predicting Lila Crocodile. Diane Warren's song is in a documentary, so it won't be eligible here.
And
They
the Globes don't care about Diane Warren, unlike
They
the
don't
Oscars.
care about it. They don't do documentary
I'm sorry,
songs.
but they gave it to her for EOC. For the
But that
Light
was in a foreign language film, though.
And the
Yeah.
point is they're not like the Oscars where she writes a song and they nominate it.
They
but-
don't go out of their way to nominate Diane
Now
Warren.
I
They
was
just
thinking
nominate
maybe
her.
because Mariah Carey's got a song in Bros. Like I was thinking maybe they do a
Ugh.
Mariah Carey, Joe Jonas has a song in Devotion. Like there are bigger names they could nominate, but every time Pasek and Paul have a song, they nominate Pasek and Paul always win. Good Afternoon is better than Unredeemable, but Unredeemable seems like the song the Globes would be more likely to nominate than Good Afternoon, even though Good Afternoon is a banger. And when I watched it with my family, my uncle just quoted that song for days on end.
Is the movie good?
Oh, it's so good. It was much better than I thought it was going to be. It's so good. It is so
Wanna try?
funny. It is entertaining. It keeps you entertained the entire time.
Yeah.
All right.
I actually had Will Ferrell in my nominations for a bit there, but the crowd was
Adam
too-
Sandler. Yeah.
Yeah, when
So-
Sandler came in, Ferrell had to go.
All right. Andre, yours.
I have Natu. Let's go. Let's do it. Hold my
what?
hand. Lift me up. Heartbeat. And Carolina.
But I do think Rihanna, by the way, is winning this category.
Oh, I think differently. Which is and so differently that I have Natu at number 1, baby, and I have Hold My Hand at number 2, Lift Me Up at number 3. I have Carolina for Where the Crawdads Sing because they love Taylor Swift, and then I have oh wait. Oh crap! Yeah, I have Nobody Like You.
Yeah.
Which could happen.
though-
Billie Eilish, Finesse. Like it could happen.
And they like big
Listen,
names in
If the Globes
animated
could,
movies.
they would nominate the 10-minute version of All Too Well. If they could.
If they could, they really would nominate the 10-minute version all too well. They really could. Let's be honest.
Natu, I would love to win. I want to see that movie, that performance
Look at
on
this
the
way.
Oscar stage.
Look at it this way. First off, I have it at the Oscars. I just don't have it here. I want to state that for the record. And two, if it gets nominated here, I could see the Globes being like, okay, we're not giving RR. We're not giving a picture comedy. Why don't we give it song and foreign or international film, whatever they call it.
I think he's gonna win it.
They could get
For
two.
the international.
I'm saying 2 Globes is a nice little package for them.
Yeah.
Someone in the comments said if RRR wins comedy musical, the song could win. I don't think RRR is winning comedy musical because I'm pretty sure Everything Everywhere All at Once has that on lock.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Yeah, All Too Well is definitely going to get in short film at the Oscars.
I don't know if it is.
It's going to. They're not. It's going to get in.
The branch is so weird. They snubbed Almodovar. They are not that into big names. They are always snubbing front runners. I don't
Okay,
think
but the one that won in not last year, but the year before in the 2021 Oscars had some big name producers behind it. They just weren't at the Oscars because they were not like the director of the film. But like Jesse Williams was the driving force behind the short film that won in 2021.
Yeah, I know what you are saying. I'm just saying it's more easy for Taylor to win than getting nominated.
Yeah. All right.
Listen, I just want her to get an Oscar before Gyllenhaal. That's all I want.
Which
And I-
Gyllenhaal?
Jake
Jake?
Gyllenhaal.
Jake. Okay.
The bad one.
Yeah. Let's hop into anime feature films.
Okay,
Is
and
he
also it's not
bad?
just bad. I also want to be clear. It's not just bad because of like what he did to Taylor. Like he's notoriously awful and abusive towards younger women he dates.
Yeah.
Oh wait, what did he do to Taylor? I didn't.
He was emotionally abusive. There's a whole, and then there's another article which I'll find and put in the private chat for us about a girl who he messed with while he was doing Sunday in the Park with George. She was like, and it's a whole, it's awful, basically.
I mean, isn't All Too Well about that?
Yeah, All Too Well is about how he was emotionally abusive towards Taylor, but this is a different woman.
Yeah.
So I'm
No,
gonna-
I was just saying this to Oscar Juggernaut. I don't know
Yeah.
if he was aware that Dylan O'Brien is playing Jake Gyllenhaal.
And Sadie Sink is in the short film.
Yeah.
All
And
right.
Sean Levy, the director.
All right.
Animation.
Let's hop into anime film. Fillmtasic Panda has Pinocchio, Marcel, Turning Red, Puss in Boots, and My Father's Dragon.
So
I have his top 4, but I also have Lightyear in my 5th spot.
no.
Wait, you didn't say Marcel the Shell.
I said Marcel the Shell.
Oh,
I
okay.
said Marcel.
Yeah.
Pinocchio, Marcel, Turning Red, Puss in Boots. He has My Father's Dragon. I have Lightyear.
I don't. They're not two Pixar
Matthew.
movies are not going to get into the category.
I don't think either movie's
And-
going to get in, to be
and-
honest.
I think Turning Red's going to get in, but Lightyear is not.
No, Turning Red. Turning Red is great.
I
It's
thought
gonna
I
happen.
said Turning Red. We
No,
both had
the Oscar
Turning-
Juggernaut is saying that doesn't.
No. I didn't say that it wasn't good, either movie. I said Lightyear and My Father's Dragon. I don't think either
Oh,
of those
okay,
two
okay,
are
okay,
going to get
okay.
in. Turning Red is a lock.
Oh, I was really.
Mhm.
I can see the bad guys. I'm gonna go the bad guys.
Yeah.
Also,
could
I
No,
haven't
see,
seen
I
it,
don't
have
want to
not
go with the bad
seen the
guys
movie
because of
Bad
Puss in
Guys,
Boots, the
but I
Last
love those
Wish,
films.
and the Puss in Boots, the Last Wish has been getting so much hype. DreamWorks is probably going to put their weight behind that more than the bad guys
They can do two. They can get two nominations.
if they hate Netflix. Yes.
They don't
which
like
they
them.
do. Pinocchio needs
In
to get
animation.
this nomination.
Yeah.
If Pinocchio, for some odd reason, misses the nomination, I said
It's done.
if. I did not say it's gonna happen. I said if.
Yeah, I know.
It's gonna be in trouble.
It's
I'm
done.
sorry.
I don't think Marcel the Shell is the lock. Too.
I think
I'm
it
gonna
could
say
win
that.
here. I really
Here's
think
the thing,
so.
Marcel actually. The thing that might hurt Marcel is that it came out around the same time as Top Gun Maverick, and people may have forgotten about it some. But quite frankly, it's a top tier movie from this year. It is one of the most precious things I've ever seen. It was quality. So many people loved it, and it got such rave reviews. It's gonna get in.
And
Plus, also it has the legendary Isabella Rossellini in it.
yeah, and there might be a discourse about whether or not it deserves to be nominated for animated feature because
It
of a lot of
does.
the live action footage, and that could be its downfall, a la the Lego movie.
I was
Yeah.
checking something, and Puss in Boots actually had better critics than Pinocchio.
Better wait, whoa, what? Hold on. Let me check this right now.
I don't know if it's the same now, but like when Puss in Boots came out, it had like a 98% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Oh,
I'm checking it right now.
that's-
I know.
I'm looking at it right this moment. Give me 1 second.
Yeah.
Ooh.
No, I don't want the first one. I want the new one. There we go. It currently has a 95% on Rotten Tomatoes.
And Pinocchio has a 98 though.
Okay, all right,
Okay.
but still, you get my point. Though I think Puss in Boots is a contender. whether
But the
people
thing
want
that
it or not.
really
It is.
But the thing that really, really rocked me, what you just saw there, 7.8 on IMDb. That's for a Puss in Boots
Wait,
film. That is
what are
not
you talking
normal.
about?
And also,
Pinocchio has
and
a
also-
27%.
audience scores 98 audience score Rotten Tomatoes with a 4.7 out of 5 average rating. That is insane. 95% critic rating with an 8 out of 10 average score. This is a
And
lock,
it's-
folks.
Maybe can win the Golden Globes. They like
They
other
really,
stuff.
Grace Randolph thinks she's the front runner. I don't
I was
necessarily
like-
agree.
as much as I hate Grace with
Grace
her
Randolph
passion,
is
I don't
as
hate
much
Grace
as-
Randolph. I just
as
don't
much as I
agree
don't
with
like
that.
her with fiery passion, I think she might be onto something with the Globe. I don't mean the Oscar. I think with the Globe, she might be onto something.
the Globes. Sometimes they are weird.
Look at this way. They don't
Missing Link. They award Missing Link.
If they really don't like Netflix
Original.
animated films, Puss in Boots, I feel like is the alternative, and that makes sense.
Yeah,
Well,
but
think
I have a
Marcel
hard
the
time.
Shell is more universal.
I have a hard time seeing them reward. Well, I think okay, maybe because they do reward sequels sometimes. You know, if they're really popular. How to Train Your Dragon 2, the Toy Story 3, and
And it
whatnot.
looks like Puss in Boots is going to be like that at this rate.
It's just that I think in the case of Missing Link, it was more so Leica needed that boost as a
Yeah.
company, and also it was the only like original film in among that lineup.
Yeah,
And-
it does.
yeah.
true.
Yeah.
I
So
will
I
say,
think
I still think the best animated win of ever was Into the Spider-Verse.
Yeah,
Ever? I think it's Toy Story 3.
We can
See, I
have,
would
It's
put Toy Story
Shrek.
2 over Toy Story 3.
they nominated Shrek in Best Picture Comedy Musical, the first one.
As they should.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The BAFTAs actually nominate Eddie Murphy in supporting actor.
We're playing
Listen,
down
I
And
mean,
the movie
I think-
got at
I think enough time
BAFTA.
has passed that we can admit that Shrek is one of the greatest movies of our time. I think we
Yeah.
can admit that.
Snubbed on
At least
Silent
be open
Sound.
to that discussion.
Yeah,
Probably would have gotten in Best Picture if it was a year of 10.
it really could.
Totally. It was
And
6
Wally
or 7.
definitely would have gotten into Best Picture if it was
Yeah.
a year of 10. Definitely. I feel 100% confident about that.
Yeah, same. All right. Well, that's the last of the movie categories.
Wait, hold on. I
sorry.
didn't do my 5.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, do your
my
five.
bad.
My number 1, Guillermo del Toro, Pinocchio. Number 2, Turning Red. Number 3, Puss in Boots, The Last Wish. Number 4, although I'm a little waffly on it, Marcel the Shell with Shoes On. And number 5, Apollo 10.5, A Space-Age Childhood. Because if there's any other Netflix film that has a shot of getting in, I think it's that. Not just because I personally like it, but because it has actual good reviews. And it's actually on the map. It's actually on people's minds. So is Marcel, because of now it's eligible for animated feature film at the Oscars. And I feel like that word of mouth might catch on. And so people are going to maybe start paying attention to that more. And it has better reviews than a lot of these other animated films that are down here, like Wendell and Wild, My Father's Dragon. It has better critic reviews. It has better audience reviews.
And it's the name director.
Yeah, that too. Richard Linklater.
So, going back to, because I'm still on Twitter and I'm still reading through the Las Vegas Film Critics Society nominations, I'm fascinated by their best film editing nominations. Because I think we're almost at Globes nominations, so it's like there's only so much we can predict there. But looking forward at when we get into the guilds and critics and all that stuff, they've nominated Banshees, Elvis, Everything Everywhere All at Once, Glass Onion, and Top Gun Maverick in film editing.
Interesting.
Banshees, Elvis, Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Glass Onion and Top Gun Maverick.
I don't think Glass Onion in editing, but Top Gun Maverick couldn't win. It really
Also,
Yeah,
Glass Onion is in their 5 for Best Picture.
Yeah.
Because their Best Picture nominees are Banshees, Everything Everywhere All at Once, Fabelman's Glass Onion, and The Whale.
Yeah.
Which is interesting.
Las Vegas. Yeah, Critics Societies. I like to see them do. I like to see different critics awards do fun stuff.
Also, their
like
supporting actresses are Jessie Buckley, Hung Chow for The Whale, Carrie Condon, Jamie Lee Curtis, and Janelle Monáe.
Wow.
Why Jamie Lee Curtis? Why are these people not watching Stephanie Sue?
Also, their supporting actor is Paul Dano, Brendan Gleeson, Brian Tyree Henry, Kei Hui Kwan, and Mark Rylance.
For Bones.
Do like
and he
Mark
could be
Rylance.
this year's Jared Leto.
I could see it because everyone loves Mark Rylance. I am still kind of confused by why he won for Bridge of Spies, but you know.
Yeah,
He's
I
good in the movie.
don't know, but I would give it to Mark Ruffalo for Spotlight or Sylvester Stallone in Creed, but that's just me. Or hell, Tom Hardy for The Revenant. Or who else was nominated? Oh, Christian Bale. I would have given. Mark Rylance was.
Okay,
I hate Christian Bale's performance in The Big Short.
I hate it too.
Mark Rylance was my number 4.
Okay, also, their song nominations are Lift Me Up, Vegas, Ciao Papa from Pinocchio, Natu Natu, and Hold My Hand.
That could be your Globes 5. Vegas is not eligible at the Oscars, so it's not happening. Yeah. But the Globes, it could.
Oh, and their animated are The Bad Guys, Marcel the Shell, Pinocchio, Puss in Boots, and Turning Red.
That could also be your Globes 5.
Mark Rylance was snubbed for Don't Look Up. He was not snubbed.
I thought Timothée Chalamet was snubbed for Don't Look Up. To me, that was my favorite performance in that film.
He's in the movie for like 3 minutes.
But yet he was so good in those 3 minutes.
He is good. He is good.
Oh, because he freaking love finger links.
To answer the person who's in the chat the question, yes, Vegas is eligible at the Globes.
It's not at the Oscars.
My favorite performance from Don't Look Up is Jennifer Lawrence.
Mine, Leonardo DiCaprio. In fact, he was my number 2 in like lead actor throughout the whole year personally.
Oh my god.
Well,
After Will Smith.
Well, we gave the win to DiCaprio in comedy.
But that's
Right.
But that's
that was
because we split up
mind
the
you-
musicals.
Yeah, we had the musicals were separated out because there were so many damn musicals last year.
Yeah.
And this year we have musicals are going to be separated out, but only the
Musical
musicals are being
picture.
separated out, not the performances.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Because there are enough musicals that it is worth separating them out.
The actress lineup was terrible. We nominated Camila Cabello and
Which I
don't-
said you didn't have to nominate 5 and no one listened. I only
Yeah, no one
nominated
listened
4
to
because I
nominate
refused
her.
to nominate her.
We didn't
Ellie
have
Bennett should have been lead. Ellie
Yeah.
Bennett. I know
For
she
what?
was campaign as supporting for Cyrano, but she was lead in Cyrano.
Oh, we didn't even have her in for we didn't
Yeah.
have the only person we had in for Cyrano was
Peter Dinklage.
Dinklage.
yeah.
But if
Yeah.
people started predicting her, then yeah, we were counting her, obviously.
If we listen, we gave the list. We told people put on their performances. you
I
think
was
should be on there,
very
and
late to
nobody
the
did.
Yeah.
party. I was very late to the party.
Well, this year we'll send out the list again in the chat because we're going to start the HTPA nominations are going to start December 23rd and
Oh
run
my
through
God.
January 13th to give
Yeah.
If
everyone
we
more
need to
than enough
extend
time
it, we
to
can
see all the
extend it,
movies.
but the 13th is what we're aiming for.
Are you
Well,
guys putting
no,
our music?
The 13th is the earliest we're going to close it because I'm going to be out of the country until the 12th.
Yeah.
So I at least need to be in the country when we close it.
Yeah. RRR is a musical. It will be in the best musical category as well as foreign language film. So you can nominate them both.
Let's go. Let's go.
Obviously, you can nominate it in other categories. That goes without saying. But
we have put Janelle Monáe as going in lead because she is, quite frankly, the co-lead of Glass
No
Onion.
spoilers.
No spoilers. But it's
No
like,
spoilers.
it's out there that
Sorry.
no spoilers, but it is out there that she is like the co-lead of Glass Onion.
Yeah. I'm just joking.
Yeah.
Like
No,
Anna
But she's
Darmus.
going there. Michelle Williams is going to be in supporting, where she should be, because as I've mentioned also, if Michelle Williams is considered lead, Dano should be considered lead too, because he has even more screen time than she has.
Is that
and
confirmed?
frankly, he's a better performance than hers as well. What else? Oh, Adam Sandler in Hustle is in drama, not comedy,
yeah,
because it is a more dramatic movie than it is a comedic movie.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Well, yes, you did agree with it. That's why we put it there.
But that's besides.
What about Tuzo Mubado from The Woman
Supporting.
King? She's lead.
I haven't heard that.
She's lead.
We can talk about that.
Yeah, we can.
Because you've seen The Woman King, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah. She's
I haven't yet.
She's more of a lead than Viola, I would say. The movie is from her POV. Viola is like the mentor, the
Oh God, please tell me we're not doing another thing where Viola Davis is getting put in lead, even though she's technically supporting.
no.
We are.
He's more of a lead than Ma Rainey, I would say.
Because that's what I'm referencing. Because I argued that entire year for Ma Rainey that she should just because her name is in the title does not mean that she is the lead of the movie.
She's supporting on Ma Rainey. That's
Yeah.
why they
And she's
should
not
have,
lead for Suicide Squad, that's for sure.
What?
Okay. I have a quick history note. This was, I think, before both of you joined the HCPA, by the way. Our very first year, we nominated Margot Robbie and Comedy Actress for Birds of Prey.
Yes, we did. She actually almost won.
But Catherine Newton from Freaky just edged her out.
Nice.
But
That
yeah,
year honestly had some really great nominations and wins. Like that wasn't really because that was the year the true pandemic Oscar year.
yeah.
We had some really great nominations and wins that year, actually.
Promising Young Woman won 4 awards with us. Editing, screenplay,
Screenplay,
actress,
picture
drama, and picture drama.
didn't he win director? Wait, who won
No.
director?
Chloe Zhao from
Okay,
Nomadland.
Chloe Zhao did actually win
I
director.
get the Promising Woman. I get that had good editing and whatnot, but it's not the best editing.
Oh,
It's
see,
okay.
I am all in on Promising Young Woman. It is like my favorite movie from that award season, and I have written countless papers and articles about it as well
Oh,
because there's so much academically that I use to like break it down. Like I wrote about it at least once in an ethics and pop culture class. And because there's so much, and it's not even just like from what's on screen, it's like behind the casting and certain
Yep.
and the music choices.
yeah,
Like there's so
And-
much
the
of it.
nice
and
guys.
I see I literally see all
Mhm.
of that when I look at that and I know like the intention, what the intention actually was with each like aspect of it. I see all of that, and but the thing is, that's what I expected from the movie. There's more layers that I was expecting Promising Young Woman to go. It's good, but I don't think it's the best thing ever.
Well, so I
I'm
was
all
using
in
it for a project
the
for this
movie.
class. It was an ethics and pop culture class, and I was in this group project, and we were and our project was like we were looking at like the dangers of being a woman in modern society and like kind of the psychology behind it. So it was a
Yeah.
lot of like looking at the specific psychological and using scenes from Promising Young Woman to back up
Yeah.
those that, and we were also using the show You. So it's like using like those characters and that stuff to like back up these psychological points.
And it was well done in that regard. So
The-
yeah,
I
agree.
love the movie. It
was
was
well
my
done.
favorite too. It was my favorite.
Also, Bo Burnham
I
should have gotten a supporting actor nomination.
I disagree.
Yeah.
but
Which we gave them. Which we gave both.
yeah.
Yes, we did give him a
I
supporting.
was
He-
expecting him to show at some place. I was expecting.
Well, it showed up with us.
yes, he actually came close to winning as well.
Let me see.
I
Oh.
felt like he almost showed up at BAFTA, which I would have
Yeah.
reviled, but
Yeah, I was I was predicting that.
I do have the nominations from that year. If Andre and Juggernaut are curious a little bit.
Just
Oh,
pop
I'm
in the
so
private
curious.
chat. Pop the
Yeah,
link.
well, I can just share a little bit, and then we can wrap up.
Yeah.
Is there any category in particular you guys are curious about? We did.
for the
year we
Globes or for other.
No,
for-
so we
for
had the
us.
same categories for the most part as the Globes, with the exception of a couple that year. So
Yeah. You guys didn't nominate James Corden. Please
No,
tell me
no.
that.
who did we? No,
Oh, come
Yeah,
on.
yeah. I
We
have the
had,
list. I have the
Andy
list.
Samberg won, I believe.
Yeah, Andy Samberg won. We nominated
Not-
Sacha
not a
Baron
fan.
Cohen for Borat's subsequent movie film, Pete Davidson for King of Staten Island, Jamie Foxx for Soul.
What?
This was
I-
before we had the.
I
best-
thought that one. There's a
best
reason why
voice
they're now
performance.
separated out. There is a reason. You're
I'm
welcome.
not done yet. Leslie
Yeah,
Odom.
but I agree. Why can't you nominate
Yeah. Leslie Odom Jr.
voice acting as
Because they need their own
performance?
category. Because they need
Which
their own
No,
category.
I don't.
we now have. We now have a
I-
voice acting category.
I don't
Yes.
agree with that. When the performance is that good, oh my god!
Leslie Odom Jr. for Hamilton, and Andy Samberg for Palm Springs.
Why Hamilton? Why?
This
Why?
is crazy. Now, our
It's a
actress
film
comedy.
play.
Now go and tell them what we nominated in comedy musical and who won.
All right. Birds of Prey,
Mm,
Hamilton, King of Staten Island,
nice.
Palm Springs,
Mm.
Soul, and Wolfwalkers.
And what movie
That's
won?
six. And Soul won.
Oh,
Soul
nice.
won 3
Wolf
awards.
Walkers is not a comedy,
Here's
not
the
a
thing.
musical.
Here's the thing. Soul won a feature, one picture comedy musical, and it tied in score with Minari.
Nice. Cybonico said, I got scared you nominated Odom Jr. for music.
Same.
Music's the whole
forgot
point.
Hamilton.
The music's the whole
Music
point
is
why this
literally
was
why
created
we
in the first
created
place.
this group in the first place.
Yeah.
Literally, like Matthew DM'd me after music and was like, "We got to do something. We got to create our own thing. Like this cannot stand." And I'm like, "Cool, let's get on it."
Yeah.
This one is
Good
for
job.
you guys for not
Oh.
nominating Lin-Manuel Miranda.
Yeah, and we
At
thought
least-
Leslie
Because
Odom
no-
Jr. was the better performance.
They only nominated him at the Globes to name check him. Like Leslie Odom Jr. is objectively the best lead
Yeah.
performance in Hamilton, and the best supporting performance is Renee Elise Goldsberry.
Flip a Sue.
All right. Here's
She's
our
lead.
actress comedy.
No,
Maria
she's
Bel-
not lead.
Yeah,
Yeah,
this,
Philip Lassou is lead actress.
Yeah. Okay. Here's our actress comedy.
I don't think so.
Maria
The
Bakalova.
play is not.
Oh,
in
we're
a-
going to wait. Is this lead comedy or lead?
Lead actress comedy.
Okay.
Maria Bakalova,
Such thing.
Anya Taylor-Joy for Emma,
Yep.
Christian Milioti for Palm Springs,
Yes.
Catherine Noonan for Freaky,
Mhm.
and Margot
Yeah.
Robbie for Birds of Prey.
Who won?
See,
Catherine Noonan
Catherine
for
Newton for
Freaky.
Freaky.
Which
See,
And
I
the
would
actor
argue.
was
The thing is,
Andy Samberg.
I don't give a crap about Palm Springs, but Kristen Milioti I thought was better than Andy Samberg. So
Oh, sure,
I
sure.
wanted Kristen Milioti to win so badly.
All right.
Yeah.
I want to talk about supporting actress we did because there was only 2 that overlap with the Oscars.
I don't even remember.
Alan Burstyn for Pieces of a Woman.
I love it.
Renee
My
Else
winner.
Goldsberry for Hamilton.
I like it. I love it.
Amanda Seyfried for Mank. Marissa Tomei for King of Staten Island.
ooh,
Why?
And Young Jung for Minari.
Okay. Also, putting this out there as a note, when we did this year, the first year, I think there were only 10 people in the group.
Yeah.
So we had a very small group of people nominating.
Yeah.
Now
That's
we have
great.
30, now we have 30 people in the group.
Yeah, so things
So-
change. We literally just said, does everyone agree? Yep, we're gonna move on.
Like literally, we didn't like this. Like last year, we sent out a form. This year, we're sending out a form. That year was literally just us in the chat, like putting names, and we're like, okay, these names overlap. Can we agree on the last couple? And it's like just us talking through them.
Yeah.
And I
Versus
think
now, where there's enough, we have a proper. And last year, we even had to have a runoff for nominations.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that.
I love our directing.
oh, I gotta hear that.
Lee Isaac Chung from Minari.
Yay.
Emerald Fennell for Promising Young Woman.
Uh,
Regina King for One Night in Miami.
okay.
Shaka King for Judas and the Black Messiah.
Yes.
And of course, Chloe Zhao for Nomadland, who ended up winning.
Yeah.
Job for
I will
Shaka
say Judas and the Black Messiah came close to winning.
It really did. It
It
was
came close.
Nice.
Sabato, DM me on Twitter, and I can arrange that. He wants to
Yeah.
Oh
join.
yeah. Also, by the way, did you offer Film Panda to join the group?
Not yet. He's going out, so I can talk to him after.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Oh.
Editing: The Father, Minari, Nomadland, Promising Young Woman, and we nominate Soul in editing. Soul got
Soul
6
most-
nominations.
Soul had the most nominations of any film that year. With
No,
that.
it was Minari actually. Minari had 10
Oh.
nominations.
Wow.
Soul tied for the most with Soul tied for the second most with 6 with Promising Young Woman and Minari. Not Minari. Nomadland.
I love the editing in Nomadland. But no Trial of the Chicago 7 or
No.
Tenet.
No,
Oh,
Why?
why?
Trial of the
Why?
Chicago 7 felt like a TV movie that just got lucky and made it
Yeah.
to the big screen.
All right,
I
score and
disagree with that so
song I
much.
want to talk about because they actually tied. They're in the 2 categories that tied
Mm-hmm.
with wins. But let's talk about who we nominated first and score. Minari, Sound of Metal, Soul, Tenet, and Wolfwalkers
For score?
Wolf Walkers
For
is
score.
amazing.
Wait,
for score. Sound of Metal, yes.
Sound of Metal for score?
Listen, again, we had 10 people. We
Forgive
only had
us.
10 people.
I would have thought you would nominate that for song because the song at the end
No.
credits is deserved to win the Oscar in my
Yeah.
opinion.
We're not even on song yet. We're not there yet. I don't even
Yeah.
remember what we nominated.
Yeah.
for.
Oh, I have it. Don't worry.
I'm going to
But
check.
Minari and Soul tied for the win.
Yeah.
Minari and Soul tied for the win.
What about song?
Song was Elio C from The Life Ahead.
Uh-huh.
Make It Work
Love
from
it.
Jingle Jangle.
Mm,
Oh,
Rain Song from Minari.
yes.
great.
Speak Now from One Night in Miami.
Mhm.
And Tigers in Tweed from the
Oh.
United States versus Billie Holiday. We did not nominate Andre Day in actress drama. I'll go back and say that. Say what we nominated that. But we did not
But-
nominate Andre Day. We just nominated the song.
Okay.
No Yuzovic.
No. But Rain Song tied with Make It Work from Jingle Jangle from the way.
Make it work.
Yeah.
Yes. Listen, we were all in on Jingle Jangle.
Wow.
I didn't watch it. Is it good?
It's so good. It's so much fun.
Yeah, it's a fun movie. Since I
And the
mentioned
music
that
is
we did
fire.
not nominate Andre Day an actress, you're probably wondering.
Who did we nominate?
Viola Davis Ma Rainey, Vanessa Kirby for Pieces of Woman, Frances McDormand for Nomadland, Carrie Mulligan for Promising Young Woman, and Zendaya for Malcolm and Marie.
Oh yeah, I think I remember that.
Yeah, I remember
Um,
disagreeing with that one, and everyone else
yeah.
was like, "But it's Zendaya," and I'm like, "And your point is?"
Yeah, drama actor we did pretty good on. Riz Ahmed for Sound of Metal, Chadwick Boseman for Ma Rainey, who ended up winning.
Yeah.
Anthony Hopkins for The Father, Delroy Lindo for The Five Bloods,
Thank you.
Yes.
and Stephen
Thank
Young for Minari. So we did not nominate Gary Oldman.
Thank you.
As you should. No Gary Oldman.
Although
Good.
I really loved Gary Oldman's performance, but I get why he's not
I
there.
don't
I
like
love the
Gary
Delroy
Oldman.
Lindo nomination.
No, huh?
Also, Mads Mikkelsen. Where is Mads Mikkelsen?
Sorry,
We
he was
were
very good.
For
fully
another
American.
round,
We were, with the exception of one person, an entirely American group at that point in time, many of whom were not as film experty as we have now. We were the people who watched movies and did not like what the Globes had nominated. Now we have
we were casual film fans. We were just doing our best. Best Picture drama was Minari, Nomadland, Promising Young Woman, Sound of Metal, and The Trial of the Chicago 7.
Oh, so you
Did you
nominated Trial for
say
them, but not editing.
Yeah,
correct.
We
Did you say our best
we both like
Did we have
and
an
didn't like
ensemble
Trial.
nomination that year?
What?
Did we do an ensemble nomination that year?
No, we didn't.
Okay, so we
This
introduced
was
that last
before
year.
that.
And supporting actor.
Supporting actor was Bo Burnham for Promising Young Women, Sacha Baron Cohen for The Trial of Chicago 7, Daniel Kaluuya for Jews and the Black Messiah, who won.
My man.
Yes.
Leslie Odom Jr. for One Night in Miami, and Paul Raci for Sound of Metal.
Yes.
Great.
I forgot to say who won supporting actress. Believe it or not, Amanda Seyfried won.
Yes!
Which was a huge surprise because we did not like Mank as a group, but yet Seyfried still ended up winning.
I can tell you for a fact. Wait, I can tell you for a fact. I did not vote for her. I believe I voted for Renee Elise Goldsberry.
I think I voted for her.
Who did I vote for? Now I gotta look back.
And I just
voted for
Young
Young.
like, a lot of the winners that year were extremely close because there were only like 10 of us.
So like people won.
One vote would determine a winner, and that's why there were so many ties.
I'm in a group where everyone's first place gets nominated.
Well, see, in this year, and now because we have 30, so like last year when we did it, I think we had like 22 people or something, and this year we have 30.
Oh,
so I think we'll have, and then we send it to some people who aren't like in the chat either.
Yeah.
So I think it's getting stronger. We're having more diverse nominees. We're getting more voices in there, so it's allowing us to have to feel more like we actually like it's not just like a couple people making a decision. It's like an actual democracy group.
But I like idiosyncratic choice stuff. More.
I forgot to mention we did Young Performer that year.
Oh yeah, we did.
Ryder Allen for Palmer, Luke David Blum for King of Staten Island, Alan King for Minari, who won. Eve Whittaker, who's one of the voices from Wolfwalkers.
Oh,
incredible!
And of course, Helena Zengel from News of the World. But Alan King.
She was not happy for losing that award.
She wasn't happy for anything. Two more categories I want to talk about, then we can wrap up. Best Original Screenplay, another round. So there you go, Andre. Minari, Promising Young Woman, Soul, and The Trial of Chicago 7.
No, Promising Young Woman won, right?
Yeah.
Okay, you know what? You take a guess as to what was the second place, because just in case you're wondering, I'm the keeper of the vote.
Yeah.
So I know who what the numbers were. Soul was second place. Yeah.
Yeah. I imagine. I was gonna say Minari, but I'm just like, nah, it's Soul.
We were a vote away from screenplay being a tie.
Okay.
Oh crap.
Yeah.
I really don't care about Soul.
To me, I thought Soul should have been nominated for Best Picture that year.
Me too. Although I
Adapted,
kind of like
Again?
Wolfwalkers just a tiny bit better.
adapted
Oh.
screenplay was.
I love Wolfwalkers so much.
Now, adapted screenplay, we did a lot of interesting stuff.
Oh, yeah, what
First
did
Cow, Birds of Prey. Yes, we nominated Birds of Prey adapted screenplay. Keep in mind, there was only 10 of us.
Yeah.
Like, many of whom had not seen most of the big
Movies. Yeah.
Best Picture contenders.
Like we didn't nominate The
We
Father that
also
much
did
because we didn't
screenings-
know.
We
it.
also did screenings that year, which I kind of miss. I kind of want to bring
we
those
used
back.
to do like little screenings and we were all watched together.
That's so fun. That's so
We'll
Like
bring
that's
that
why,
back.
that's why we have a Discord, was because we could screen them on Discord.
Yeah.
Oh.
Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, Nomadland, and One Night in Miami. Nomadland won.
Yeah.
No.
I don't think Birds of Prey deserves it, but
Yeah,
Again, we did
I haven't
not-
even seen Birds of Prey, so it's
I'll give you the Birds of Prey in like the comedy categories, but we were struggling to get people to come up with stuff for adapted screenplay, and that was the only one most of them knew was adapted.
yeah.
They didn't know the White
It
Tiger was
was
adapted.
kind of a weak field. I did the White Tiger and
We
Baby
didn't
Teeth.
have, again,
Oh,
we
yeah.
didn't have the most
Just
like
the people
film
we
adept
had
people in that group.
or
Most of them were
friends
no
I
longer
knew
in the group.
from my Dance with the Stars game. Like we were just kind of throwing people together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was so that year. There's a couple of those people that are still in the group, but most
Timothy and Katie are still there too.
and Sky sometimes pitches in here and there.
But Sky's on the TV side now. That's
Um,
North Carolina.
I still send Sky the ballot.
Oh, okay. All right. All right. So we actually did best horror film, which I completely forgot we did. Freaky, Lila Lona, His House, The Invisible Man, and Run. Invisible Man actually won.
What was the last nominee?
Run.
Run.
Sarah Paulson won.
Hmm.
And then last category, best animated film, Another Round. Lila Rona.
You mean international film?
I was like, what?
International film. Sorry, I meant to say best
It's
international.
it's a
Oh,
very
did you not
animated
see
movie.
the animated version of Another Round?
Hey, I would watch that.
Definitely for kids.
Yeah. Another Round, Lila Rona, The Life Ahead, A Son from Taiwan, and Two of Us from France.
Two of Us, I love Two of Us.
Now, here's the thing. One of the things we did because of the Globes and their magical wisdom of putting Minari in foreign language film, we decided we can't allow that, so that led us to put an interesting pick like A Son in there.
Yeah.
That's a good move because that is an American production, and even though the majority of the film is in another language other than English, still American.
Yeah. So we wanted to.
For me, the worst thing is not nominating international movies in the drama or comedy musical category.
But again,
last year that was rectified because we also had more knowledge of the international films, because that first year we did it, we had one person not from the US and that was it.
That was Timothy.
But you can still watch foreign movies.
We had an Italian.
and
There was
being
an
foreign
Italian.
to the US.
We had two people from Italy, but
We had two people not from the US.
yeah.
I think some Americans are not curious about the world.
Well,
cinema.
here's the thing: the 10 of us who were in this group, we were pretty much the most basic film fans you could think
Like
of.
they're like Matthew and I were the only two who were like quote unquote like awards people.
Yeah,
Everyone else just like were casual movie
Yeah.
viewers.
I just
Yeah, but
really wanted to get a group of us together and make this a reality. So
To just
I
start
hope
it,
our
and then-
awards become more less American centric. We can
Yeah.
do
Well,
some
and that's
fun
why-
stuff this year. I
Exactly.
hope.
And like last year's nominees reflect that a
Yeah.
lot more.
Yeah. I have a question.
yeah,
Do you plan on just making it a great like? Do you plan on going as big as HCA?
Hollywood Critics Association. Honestly, yeah.
Mhm.
Like in terms of like its power, like I would love
Oh.
that. But we just got
Okay.
we all.
We
I
Be
just
say-
need
careful. They
just-
are.
We just need Elon to make sure that Twitter like
never shuts
holds
down.
on,
And then we're
because
good.
the group kind of loses its purpose. We're the Hollywood Twitter Press Association.
Yeah, we're losing.
If we don't have the Twitter part of that, it doesn't.
Yeah.
We should really talk about changing our name.
Well, I
Can
think we did
be
when we moved
social
over to
media
Discord.
association.
Yeah. But like you,
I'm on
Yeah.
a Twitter awards that we called Bluebird Awards. Bluebird.
Oh yeah. Here's the thing: we need Elon to give us a bunch of money to create an award show, and there we go.
Well, now I'm trying to
I don't
find our
want
winners.
nothing from Elon.
I'm trying to find our.
Well,
I found our winners from last
I'll
season.
I'll take money to pay off some loans.
Yeah, I would seriously make this a
I
reality.
think
But
okay.
That's the
So-
black in me.
So I just looked back at the Discord and remembered we did actually decide on. I think we changed it to HPAA, so it'd be like the Hollywood People's Awards Association.
yeah, but we'll
that
keep
doesn't
it
roll off.
HPPA for now.
That also sounds like some kind of medical terminology.
That's what I was thinking too.
I like Audio Twitter Press Association, but
If there's no Twitter, which will, if
Yeah.
that ever gets to the point, we'll discuss a name change.
Yeah,
yeah, do you guys have the
Cybernaut
nominations for
Oh.
last year?
Yes, in fact, I have them pull. Well, I have the winners pulled up. I can tell you, Picture Comedy went to the worst person in the world.
Hey,
and she won Best Actress comedy. by the way.
Oh, here's the nominations. Okay, so the nominees. Let's go down in the order. Drama was Coda.
We can do a quick
Mass,
SAG ensemble after.
was Coda, Mass, Power of the Dog, Spencer, and Titan. And
Titan.
drama. The drama winner was Power of the Dog, which
Yeah, I have it open too now.
comedy was The French Dispatch, Licorice Pizza, Shiva Baby, Worst Person in the World, and Zola.
Oof.
And the worst
Really?
person in the world.
Yeah, worst person in the world is better than all those films.
I
Well,
was
Yeah.
going to say Zola.
I
don't like a lot of them.
worst person and best director I loved. Oh, sorry.
So just running down the list. We had Best Picture Musical was Annette. Everybody's talking about Jamie. In the Heights, Tick Tick Boom, West Side Story, of course.
West Side Story
No
won.
Cyrano.
No.
Yeah, no one chose it. West Side
I love
Story
Cyrano.
won the most awards that year with 7.
7. I
Yeah.
remember.
Because it snuck in a bunch of other categories that no one was predicting. Supporting actor.
Yeah, it won
Mike
supporting
Weiss
actor.
won supporting actor.
Great. He's
Boy,
great.
Feist,
Director tied between Jane Campion and Steven Spielberg.
which I
And the rest of the
love.
nominees.
Lin-Manuel Miranda for Tick Tick Boom.
Ugh.
Raisuke Hamaguchi for Drive My Car.
Yes.
And Julia Dump. I don't even know how to say her name.
Julia Ducournau?
Yeah.
Julia
Yeah.
Ducournau.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Oh,
Good
You
job.
already
I want to
already
throw
are
out
seeing.
there, I know Matthew
different.
said Mike Feist won supporting actor, but our supporting actor nominees were Jason Isaacs, Cody Smith McPhee, Mike Feist, Robin DeJesus, and Troy Kotzer.
That's a pretty strong lineup.
Amazing.
And
That's
our
way
actress
better
struggle-
than
Yeah,
any
our-
lineup.
Our actress
Better than the
struggle was Jessica Chastain. Jodie Comer for The Last Duel. Kristen Stewart for Spencer. Olivia Colman for The Lost Daughter. And Tessa Thompson for Pass.
Nice.
Tessa.
Kristen Stewart won. Yeah.
Oh, and I
Tessa
want to
should have
bring up
won.
last year we introduced the best ensemble category because someone mentioned SAG ensemble predictions.
Yeah.
Last year we nominated an ensemble In the Heights, Mass, The Harder They Fall, The Power of the Dog, and West Side Story, with the winner being who was the winner? I think
Mass.
Mass.
Nice.
Mass won 2 awards with us. They also won original screenplay.
I did throw my
Ooh.
vote though to The Harder They Fall because that movie deserved more.
Yeah.
It was so
Good
close
catch.
to getting into the top 5 in so many categories with us, but
Yeah.
it would be like just a couple votes short.
Yeah. We had our best voice acting performance, which was a new category we added. Aquafina for Raya and the Last Dragon. Jack Dylan Grazer for Luca and Ron's Gone Wrong. If we have an actor in potential for in 2 movies, we'll give him 1 nomination, but for both films, if that makes sense.
Sometimes, not
Sometimes.
I
always.
know.
When it comes to voice
no,
acting,
so that was a case where we did because it was tied.
yeah, it was tied. It
Okay,
was a
that
dead
makes
tie.
sense. That
It
makes
was a
sense.
dead tie. We had
Yeah,
to.
so like this year, and we in previous years we've done like on the TV side, we like if you're nominated for one, it was both, but we've stopped doing that.
Yeah,
That was a one and done.
All right,
It's not fair.
I wasn't done. Olivia Colman for The Mitchells versus the Machines.
Should have won.
Stephanie Beatriz for Encanto. And Sylvester Stallone for The Suicide Squad.
Stephanie
I'm-
Beatrice ended up
But
winning.
Stephanie Beach
Stephanie,
won for Encanto.
she's great. She's great. But
She is
Olivia
great, though.
Colman is so good as the villain.
I would have voted for
It's amazing.
Aquafina. She was
Wait
great.
a minute.
I
Um,
hate Raya and the Last Dragon.
Yeah,
I will say my personal favorite category we had last year was the best musical number in a musical. So like not original song, but like best musical
musical,
number.
and-
Incredible.
yeah, you say that.
America won, right?
America
yeah.
won, but I love the nominees for it, which
Okay.
were
Let's go.
now I have to go find them because the nominees were We Don't
Oh,
Talk
I
About
have it.
Bruno,
We Don't
Paciencia.
Talk About
I'm
Bruno.
reading them right now.
Oh, sorry.
I have them pulled up. I just had to scroll to it. It was We Don't Talk About Bruno, Paciencia y Fe, Therapy, A Boy Like That I Have a Love, and America.
Wait,
I
Paciencia. what?
ate therapy.
Paciencia y Fe from
In the
Fillmtasic.
Heights.
Incredible.
What
It's
was that
the
scene?
That's the one with
The
Abuela
candles?
Claudia
Other
on the
Verdiz.
subway.
She's dying.
Yeah.
It's the
That
subway number.
emotional
Yeah.
scene, yeah.
But America won for West Side Story, which wasn't a surprise.
As it should. But
I
I
will say I
like
was surprised that of all the Tick Tick Boom numbers, it was Therapy that made it in.
No,
Which I
well,
think is a
I'm
good
not surprised at all. That was a sensation.
Our
Yeah.
now best song.
I hate so much Tick
No.
Tick Boom.
Best song was So May We Start from Annette.
Yes.
We Don't Talk About Bruno and Dos Ricas, so we nominate both
Oruguitas.
songs from Encanto.
Oroguitas.
Yeah,
Oh,
Dos
thank you.
Oruguitas.
Be Alive from King Richard and No Time to Die from No Time to Die.
No
We Don't
serum.
Talk About Bruno won.
Because of course.
Yeah, it had to. Best score was my favorite.
It's a great song.
Yeah,
best,
it is.
Yeah, best score was my personal 5, and they made it, which I'm still shocked.
Oh.
Don't Look Up. What? I don't care how much you hate the movie. The score's fantastic. I don't care.
It
what
score's
it
pretty
is.
good.
It's amazing. I love it too. Nicholas
Dune.
Bertel can do no wrong.
Yeah, Dune. Luca got it.
Yes!
I love it.
The Power of
Love
the
it.
Dog and Spencer.
Good job on
there's-
Luca.
Dune won, but I wanted Luca to win so bad. Like,
Oh my goodness.
Italian
Luca's
heart.
an incredible score. That should have gotten
Luke is
it
amazing.
instead of Encanto. At the
Yeah.
Oscars.
I would
Luke
agree
is
with that.
amazing.
Encanto score, it's good, but it's not memorable.
Yeah.
I did like Alberto Iglesias though for Parallel
Yeah.
Mothers. That was hot.
Oh,
That was hot.
it was my
I would
winner.
say my the one I had nominated that of course didn't get in. It was close, but it didn't quite get in. Was the Tick Tick Boom score because it is an original score that was written by Jonathan Larson. He had
Yeah.
enough music that had never been used before that they were able to fully attribute the score to him for Tick Tick Boom.
I don't remember.
Oh.
More acting nominees.
Oh, I got it. Let's do actor drama. Benedict Cumberbatch for The Power of the Dog. Dev Patel for The Green Knight.
Whoa.
Interesting.
Hirotoshi Nashishima
Hirotoshi.
for Drive My Car.
Hidetoshi Nishizima.
Nicholas
Love
Cage for Pig.
Great.
And Will Smith for King Richard.
Oh.
And Benedict Cumberbatch.
Whoa.
I will
And
say
Benedict Cumberbatch won.
drama
You snubbed
actor.
Andrew Garfield?
No,
No,
it's
no,
And
no,
Andrew
drama.
Garfield's a musical.
Oh. Yeah, I forgot. Sorry.
I will say drama actor we had to do 2 runoffs for because it
Because it
kept
kept
being
dying.
so close. Denzel almost made it in.
Meh.
And I'm trying to remember, there was someone else who was like, oh, Jonathan Majors almost made it in for The Harder They Fall. He was that
Right.
close.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
I was pushing him. I was obsessed with The Harder They Fall.
Yeah.
It
I
also
love
was
to
like,
see Hidetoshi Nishizima in that. He's
Yeah,
amazing.
I like seeing him.
We did some cool picks.
he
Yeah.
was like obviously like he and Cumberbatch and Smith were the 3 that were like locks the whole time.
Yeah.
I would
let's-
like to see Simon Rex. No,
Ooh.
he's comedy, right?
Yeah, he's comedy. We'll talk about comedy.
Yeah.
Before I do comedy actor, I want to do supporting actress. Anne Dowd from Mass.
Love it.
Ariana DeBose for West Side Story.
Love it.
Kirsten Dunst for The Power of the Dog. Martha
Love it.
Penton for Mass. So we did both
Love it.
Mass. And Ruth Nega for Passing.
That's a
Love it.
really
Perfect.
strong night.
Perfect.
Sorry,
And
Like-
Ariana DeBose won, but
Really
I would
strong
argue
lineup.
she would deserve it.
That should have been the.
It was
I
ironic.
did miss Contrita Balfe though at the
Eh.
Oscars.
I don't like Katrina Wolf in that movie.
Uh,
I don't like
yeah, that was-
Belfast.
that is a strong lineup y'all got.
All right, let's do actor comedy because you guys were asking for it. Cooper Hoffman for Licorice Pizza. of
Nice.
course.
Yeah,
Ed Helms for Together, which I never even
Haven't
heard
seen.
of, but we nominated.
Yeah, I haven't seen that.
Idris Elba for the Suicide Squad. These are so embarrassing. I'm sorry.
Listen,
After-
actor
I'm
because
sorry.
he's separated
I'm sorry.
out-
Actor comedy and actress musical are embarrassing. I'm sorry. I'm not going
They
to.
were lacking a bit.
Leonardo DiCaprio for
Here's the thing.
Don't.
There
Leo-
were better people that could have been nominated, but people
Yeah.
didn't choose them.
Yeah, Leonardo DiCaprio for Don't Look Up and Ryan Reynolds for Free Guy,
No Simon
Yes.
Rex.
which should have been nominated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
Actress comedy is really interesting, actually.
Yeah, give me a second.
Oh, I
by
have
the
it
way,
pulled
who
up
won?
already. I already have it pulled up. So it is Alana Haim for Licorice Pizza, Emma Stone for Cruella, Rachel Sennett for Shiva Baby,
Yeah.
Renate Rain.
Renata Rainsby.
Yeah, she was not for Worst Person in the World, Taylor Page for Zola, and Renata won.
Who won actor
Who
comedy?
won the
Actor
comedy
comedy
actor?
was Leonardo DiCaprio.
Oh, okay. Ryan
Ryan
Reynolds
Reynolds
for
for
Free
Free
Guy.
Guy. Yeah, we did it.
Simon Rex was snubbed. I'm so mad.
No, I agree. We all agree.
Yeah.
I didn't see the movie, so I cannot say.
I
You
mean,
I
should.
saw the
It's
movie.
amazing.
I will say Best Actor Musical, we had Adam Driver for Annette, we had Andrew Garfield for Tick Tick Boom, we had Anthony Ramos for In the Heights,
Mhm.
Max Harwood for Everybody's Talking About Jamie, and Peter Dinklage for Cyrano.
and
Oh no,
Finally
Ansel. I'm
serious.
just kidding.
But obviously,
We intentionally
Andrew
didn't put him on the list.
Yeah,
we
I don't.
purposely-
Not
we were hoping no one would
Predators in
notice.
this
Sure enough, no one did.
Yeah, no.
because we don't support
Finally,
Predators here.
Cyrano.
We made a point of not including him.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
Adapted screenplay. We did Coda, Passing, Power of the Dog, Tick Tick Boom, and West Side Story. Tick
Oh.
Tick Boom won.
Tick tick
Ah.
boom
It seriously did.
over the power. of
And
the
like
what?
not by a little bit. It had like
That was the
3 votes.
most.
It had like a 3-4
That had
vote.
the most wins of any
People
of the.
love that movie.
Which
People
listen,
were
I loved that
crazy
movie
about it.
too. But in
Yeah.
adapted screenplay, I had voted for West Side Story.
Adapted screenplay. I voted for Passing. Actually, I really.
Yeah,
Um,
I would
oh,
vote for passing. And
that's
Drive My
original-
Car is not there.
No,
Best original
Yeah,
screenplay.
drive my car. I was
Okay.
searching for the.
we're gonna
so-
do original screenplay now.
Best original screenplay was Don't Look Up, Licorice Pizza,
Yeah.
Mass, Titan, and The Worst Person in the
Titan.
World.
Titan.
Yeah, I speak French. I should know this.
And Mass one.
It did?
Great.
Yeah. I have it right
Way
here. I
better
opened up our
lineup.
winners. I open our winners.
Why
I'm
did
so
you-
sorry. Okay, Bass Teton, worst person in the world. What else? What
Don't
I
Look
was
Up.
Don't Look Up, Licorice Pizza, Mass,
Okay, Don't Look
Teton,
Up.
and Worst Person in the World.
Yeah,
Don't look up. Awful.
Don't look up.
Well, it
great,
didn't
Licorice
win.
Pizza.
So
It didn't win.
there you
so.
go.
Same.
Best film.
I don't like
editing.
licorice pizza that much.
Best
I
editing.
refuse to call it by its name. I always refer to it as the Candy Pizza movie.
I hated Licorice Pizza with a passion.
Me too.
Soggy bottom.
I'm so glad I didn't win anything.
I just call it the Candy Pizza movie.
There you go. Best film editing was Dune, The Power of the Dog, Tick Tick Boom, Teton, and West Side Story.
That was a very strong lineup.
West Side Story won editing.
Oh wow.
We won all in West Side Story again, and won the most awards of any movie we did with 7.
I love to see Titan love. It's incredible.
Yeah.
Encanto is the next one to win the most with 3, and then
Yeah.
everyone else like won either 2 or 1.
Okay.
Best stunts we did.
Oh yes.
Dune, No Time to Die, Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, Spider-Man No Way Home, and The Suicide Squad.
Nice.
Spider-Man No Way Home won stunts.
Wow.
Yeah,
And our algorithm's favorite award last year did go to Andrew Garfield.
just because he showed up in everything.
Well, that's the algorithm's favorite award that we have is for like someone who shows up.
we
all the
honor
time.
someone good or bad, but who's been in everything.
This year's is going to Michelle Yeoh.
Because she's appeared in everything.
She's in literally everything this
She's
year.
in everything, everywhere.
All at once.
She's literally everything everywhere all at once.
Best sound was A Quiet Place Part 2, Dune, No Time to Die, The Power of the Dog, and West Side Story. Dune won Best Sound.
As it should.
Yeah, I'm just making sure I didn't miss any. I don't think I
Um,
did. Oh, I don't think we did animated film. Like, I mean, like we didn't say. Oh, yeah, I know what we're
Listen
missing.
to Encanto. That's all you need to know. Oh,
Okay.
international film.
Oh, before we
Titan
do
what?
it, we'll do international film. Drive My Car, Flee, Parallel Mothers, Teton, and Worst Person. Drive My Car won.
Nice.
Oh,
And animated. I'm going to talk about this real quick because there's something you forgot, Caroline.
I did.
Encanto, Flea, Luca, Mitchell's versus Machines, Ryan the Last Dragon. It was a tie.
Oh, that's right. It tied between Mitchell's and Encanto.
Oh.
It kept ending
Love
up being a
Mitchell's.
tie no matter what. So
Literally, we tried to do like 4 tiebreakers, and the tie never broke. So we just gave up trying to break the tie.
same thing with director. It kept tying between Jane
Literally,
Campion and Steven
No,
Spielberg.
the tie wouldn't break, so we just gave up trying.
Yeah, we waved the white
Okay.
flag. We're just like,
Not bad ties. Not bad ties.
and
Yeah.
now we're moving on to this year. This year we're splitting up the supporting categories, so now we have supporting actor comedy,
Comedy musical, and
comedy
then
musical, supporting actress comedy musical, and then supporting
this
actor
is
comedy.
amazing. This is
Which I
something
have
that
been
I think
pushing
the
for this-
Globes should do.
Well, and
Yeah.
I've been pushing for it since the beginning, and Matthew said no. And then this year, finally, Matthew's like, you know what? Why not? Let's do it.
Yeah,
Because
Comedy
there's
performance doesn't get the same spotlight, and this is a
well, here's
great
the thing. I
opportunity.
just didn't
In
want to do
general.
so many categories, but this year I'm kind of like just like screw it. We have over 30 members.
Yeah.
Who cares?
It'll
And
be
you know what?
interesting to
There's
see
so
what.
many good performances, and in general, I mentioned this in the chat when we were debating Glass Onion and the merits of comedy, and how so many comedies get overlooked because they're looked at as being just like silly and funny. But like, no, there's nuance and stuff to comedy that people miss
Yeah.
just because it's funny. And it's not
Yeah.
fair because so many
I agree.
comedies deserve the same amount of love as all of these dark, depressing melodramas that get nominated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like-
I had
And that is
Billy
why-
Lord for Booksmart on my lineup all season. I love Billy Lord in Booksmart.
Oh, Billy Lord in general, like,
Deserves
He's
more.
amazing.
oh,
Yeah.
I forgot what I was going to say. I have a cool way to announce the nominations and winners this year, so
ooh.
stay tuned for that. I'm thinking about doing a live stream like this on my channel for it, but there's a little twist. I found award show style envelopes
Ooh.
on Amazon, so I'm thinking.
Wait, but then that means that I'm gonna have to tell you who's winning instead of you waiting for me to tell everyone.
Exactly.
It's not you don't get to be surprised then.
Well, I get to.
Oh,
I'm the only one who doesn't get to be
Because
surprised.
the way we did it last year was I'm the only one who had the results, and we had different people announcing, and I would send people a Google Doc with their like 1 or 2 categories with the nominees, and then they would have to wait for me to type in to highlight the winner before they could announce it. So even the people announcing it found out in real time who was like
Yeah.
nominated and who was winning.
Yeah. I'm not sure if we're going to do that again, but I do want to use those envelopes. I think that would be a nice.
You can at least have the envelopes, open it up, and then I'll just send you the message with whose it is.
It just says insert Caroline's answer here.
Because so we're gonna do nominations are gonna close January 13th. If we have to extend it, we can extend it some.
And I want to announce it that week. I want to try and announce it that week.
Give me a second. I gotta look at the calendar quickly.
Well, the 13th, I believe, is a Tuesday
Give me a second. I'm
or
going to the calendar.
Wednesday.
Yeah.
Is
Tuesday. Tuesday.
Okay.
is no the 13th is a Friday.
Oh, January.
And mind you, I need time to make the graphics before we announce them.
Oh, true. We'll figure it out.
Good.
I want to at least announce it before January ends.
Here's the thing. That if we do it on MLK Day, which is the 16th,
Yeah.
that gives me plenty of time. I have the 13th off of work because will have been out of the country.
Yeah.
And so that gives me the 14th, 15th. If we announce on the 16th, we should be good to go.
That sounds good with me. And I'll try and set up like an actual award show announcement.
Yeah.
That's
So
about
we'll
it.
open it up on the 23rd.
Yeah.
Because by the 23rd, that is when the last of like most of the awards movies will have come out.
Babylon's the last one.
Actually, Women Talking technically is the
Oh.
last one because it's not doing wide release until January.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
Yeah.
Which
I
really-
still will have some difficult to watch some of the movies because in my country, much of them.
we'll see. What I think we'll try and do, best we can, use the Discord and bring back screenings.
Oh,
Yeah.
Because enough of these are going to be on streaming by then. That's how we did it last time. The last time we did screenings, it was the year where everything was on streaming.
Yeah.
So we would just like pull up. We attempted to do it over Zoom, but it never worked because you couldn't see anything on the screen. So we
Yeah.
would do it over Discord, and we'd watch the movies on Discord because you can get just about all the streaming services can connect to it.
Yeah.
So we will, I think, try and do that again. Except when I'm out of the country, someone else will have to do it.
I'll figure it out.
It's easy. It's not hard to do.
Yeah.
So.
All right. I just told Cybertoe that he can join. So we have a new member.
Yay!
Hey.
I believe we're up to 35. That does include the one because we have some that are not in the chat bar.
Oh, you know what? Actually, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to send out the eligibility list again. We're going to have everyone finish updating the eligibility list. I'm sending out the nomination form at the end of this week.
Yeah, I would agree. What were you saying, Juggernaut? You were saying.
I like how the Oscar expert is on our group,
Me too.
even though he doesn't comment at all.
Yeah.
He periodically will just pop in and like share some thoughts and pop out.
Yeah. Luke has said a lot. Max has said a lot. Max Joseph.
And of course,
Somewhere again-
I'm the ultimate contrarian on
Yeah.
as you all know.
Yeah. With me, I just don't shut up.
Yeah.
Well, see, and then there's me, who everyone else has one opinion, and then I'll be like, nah. And then when everyone else changes their opinion because the thing that I said comes true, I'm like, wait a second. Y'all were saying the polar opposite yesterday, and now you're trying to claim that you've thought that the entire time. Not gonna work here.
I might have had that happen to me a couple times. But
don't worry,
yeah.
Caroline. I will never think Barry is not a comedy.
Oh yeah, it's even worse in the TV side than the movie side.
Oh, Cybertoe, we have both a movies and a TV side. You can join both, but you have to let me know if you want to join both.
Yeah, it's fun. In the Laura
yeah.
Linney won.
Yeah, Laura Linney won for Ozark.
Oh, that's right, she did.
Finally.
Also, I'm working on putting together like a pseudo website for us as well.
Yeah,
So that we have like
that's
all of like
good.
our winners and everything will be found in one spot. But well, I need to have time to put together the website first.
Yeah.
Let's see. I'm trying to remember what were our 2022 nominations and winners. I know 2021 was interesting. 2021, the boys won big.
Yeah. The boys won Anthony Starr and
Yeah, the boys and Anthony. Yeah, the boys and Anthony Starr did. This Is Us did mediocre that year.
yeah. And it might do the same this year. I mean,
Well, no, because Justin Hartley won
yeah, that's right.
in 2021. 2020.
Support
Yes,
Yeah.
supporting actor.
is not support.
That year he was.
No,
2022 he was not. Yeah, he was supporting actor the first couple seasons, and that season he was, but this past season he will go into lead.
I think he's lead since.
Oh wait, no, we had season 2 or the last season was eligible when we did our last round of TV.
Yeah, it's already out.
Yeah, no, it was eligible. It was nominated. This Is
Yeah.
Us was nominated. Sterling K. Brown was nominated. Mandy Moore was nominated. She actually almost won.
Yeah,
Susan
I expect that.
We gave the crown. I believe. Yeah, one
2021.
nomination.
Let's be clear, that was 2021.
Yeah.
Emma Corrin.
We
won.
only gave the crown a nomination and a one for Emma Corrin, but that was the only thing we gave.
Comedy that year was tied between
Zoe's Extraordinary Playlist and Ted Lasso.
Lasso, and then
Zoe, I love Zoe.
And obviously, Jason Sudeikis won for actor, Jane Levy won for actress, and John Clarence Stewart won for supporting actor in a comedy.
Yeah.
Was that first season or second
First
season? It was much better in second season.
I love the second season. Let's see, did it make it into? No, it didn't make it into comedy.
Clarence Stewart as the episode in season 2.
I know
Oh my
exactly
God.
which one you're talking about. I've written a paper about that episode.
Okay,
So great.
So here's something interesting about our limited series. WandaVision won the most awards with 3, yet it lost Best Limited Series. Which the Underground Railroad won limited series. And
Oh, and
Ooh.
we left out supporting
Well done.
actress comedy went to Busy Phillips for Girls
Yeah.
Five Eva.
yeah, yeah. So William Jackson.
No,
Harper
Paula
won-
Bell. I like Paula Bell more.
Paula
Yeah.
Pell was nominated, but she was nominated for Girls Five Eva and AP Bio together because she was tied for both.
Isn't she lead of the
AP Bio? No.
AP? I thought it was
Girls Five
the
Eva.
short that she did.
Yeah.
Oh no, not the murder show. No.
Murder. Yeah.
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 No.
William Jackson Harper won for the Underground Railroad and limited. And supporting actor limited. Underground Railroad won limited series.
Did you guys nominate Ethan Hawke?
Yeah,
Please tell me.
I'm
I
checking
believe-
right now. I'm double checking right now.
I'm pretty sure we did. Also,
Yeah, we
I
did.
have to go here in like a couple minutes.
Yeah, we're gonna wrap up in like 5 minutes anyway.
I have to leave in 5 minutes, so that's perfect.
Well, yeah. We nominate Ethan Hawke. It was Chris Rock for Fargo, Ethan Hawke for The Good Lord Bird, Ewan McGregor for Halston, Paul Bentley for WandaVision, and Tahar Rahim for The Separate.
The Serpent.
Did
Serpent.
anyone?
Paul Ben, yes, he won for WandaVision.
Why?
Elizabeth Olsen won for WandaVision.
Here's the thing.
I get it.
The limited categories were mostly created by me and Matthew because the people who were in the TV group at the time hadn't watched any limited TV series other than
Yeah.
WandaVision.
Yeah,
How would it be?
More people voted for the winners than they did for the nominations. So
And
it was just
sometimes that
Matthew and I
happens.
deciding like who we wanted to nominate, basically.
Except
in
maybe
those
the Underground
categories.
Railroad.
Yeah.
No, nope. Underground Railroad.
Oh no!
No
I'm
one
talking
nominated it.
about for me. No. I'm talking about for me. If I was voting, then the only shows I probably would have watched were WandaVision and Underground Railroad.
Yeah.
No, Mayor of Easttown.
Maybe that's
Yeah. We nominate Anya Taylor-Joy for The Queen's Gambit, Elizabeth
Yeah.
Olsen for WandaVision, Kate Winslet for Mare of Easttown, Michelle
She's on
Cole for I May Destroy You,
Great.
and Thurso Meddu for The Underground Railroad.
Incredible lineup.
I almost would have given it to Thuzo or Kate.
Elizabeth
Not
Olsen
Elizabeth
won.
Olsen.
And
Listen, the majority of that group still hadn't seen very much, which is why WandaVision won so big.
yeah,
That's hilarious.
supporting actress limited was Catherine Hahn for WandaVision, Letitia Wright for Small Acts,
Ooh, yeah.
Marlene Heller for The Queen's Gambit, Dejona Paris for WandaVision, and Rachel Opla for I May Destroy You.
I forgot about Small Axe. Yeah.
No,
Catherine Hahn won.
Of course.
no, Julian Nicholson.
Nope.
Mayor of
No,
Easttown
James
didn't
Smart.
get anything.
Here's the thing, Mare in Easttown was only in its first episode, second episode.
Yeah,
because
because it was coming out around because Mayor of Easttown
Oh.
came out later.
Yeah.
So Squid Game's 2022.
Yeah. We nominated Squid Game. And one supporting actress drama.
Oh,
Yeah,
nice.
Squid Game. Yeah, it
I
did.
believe
I
Succession.
vote
No?
for
Wait a
Squid
minute.
Game. I vote for
Yes.
Squid Game now. I vote for that.
Oh, yeah, it did win
award.
supporting actress.
Yeah, Succession won the most with the most awards of any TV show with 3.
Because it got Jeremy Strong, it got
Matthew McFarlane and
McFadden. It's not
McFadden
McFadden.
and the show.
He's not Seth MacFarlane's brother.
No, really? I would never guess.
Did Severance won something?
No, it didn't.
I think Severance did really poor.
It did well nomination wise, but it just kind of flopped in terms of wins.
I remember Torture was nominated.
Yeah, he was.
Severance got quite a few nominations. It just didn't get any wins.
Yeah.
And shoot, I love Severance.
Oh, White Lotus.
Mm.
Oh no, never mind. White Lotus did not tie with Succession. It only won Jennifer Coolidge and limited series. It did not win Merle Bartlett.
Mhm.
Wait, who won that?
Naveen Andrews won for The Dropout.
How well did Euphoria do?
Yeah.
Euphoria. I'm checking right now. Euphoria got a
Euphoria
few.
got, I know for
We
sure.
got Zendaya and Jacob Elordi.
Um,
Oh, that's it.
no, and Coleman Domingo won.
Yeah, Coleman Domingo won.
Oh.
Yes, I forgot we did guest drama.
Yeah, but no, Zendaya or Jacob didn't win, right?
No, because
Neither
Laura
did-
Linney won.
No, Lauren Linney.
Laura
won.
Linney won.
Yeah, Laura Linney won,
And Jeremy
Matthew-
Strong. Oh no,
Yeah.
Jeremy's and Matthew McFadden won.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that was an interesting pick we did. We did Billy Coda for the morning show. Jacob Elordi, as we
Nice.
said.
Lordy.
John Turturro, Matthew McFarlane, and Kieran
Fadian.
Culkin. And Kieran Culkin for Succession.
Yeah.
And who won the
Matthew McFarlane for
Fadian.
Succession.
McFadden.
Fadian.
Fadian?
Yeah. Yeah, in terms of which comedy was very spread out. Like most of the shows won something.
Didn't
Janelle
Julia get in?
Oh yeah, Julia Garner was not. Oh,
she was nominated.
The show, not
Julia
Julia.
show.
Yes, Sarah Lancashire was nominated in Best Comedy Actress.
A lot of people think she'll get the Globe on Monday. I don't think so.
Mm.
I don't think so, but she's so good.
She should, but I don't think it's gonna happen.
I love Julia.
They campaign her.
Yeah, they don't care. But it's a Globes friendly show.
How
If
many
they want-
nominations do you think Stranger Things are going to get at the Globes?
Zero?
One, if that.
That's it.
Okay.
It might get a random supporting
I
nomination.
think
but
Sadie Sink could get a supporting actress nomination, but that's about it.
it could get a random
I
supporting.
I don't know if she's
So they
safe
would
for that
nominate
nomination.
Sadie Sink for Stranger Things, but it would kind of be more to add a nomination. Like it's kind of they're nominating her on the TV side, but they would rather do it on the movie, but the movie side is too crowded.
Yeah.
It's one of those where it's like a
Um,
misplaced nomination for
yeah.
something else.
Mm.
I don't think it's happening.
I
am
love
Let's work our way through the comedy categories. Because we had best comedy was Abbott Elementary, Barry, Hacks, Marvelous Mrs. Maisel, Only Murders in the Building, and Ted Lasso, with Abbott Elementary winning.
Oh, nice.
Great.
Bill Hader for Barry, Donald Glover for Atlanta, Jake Johnson for Minx, Jason Sudeikis for Ted Lasso, and of course Martin Short and Steve Martin. And
Minx
Bill
is
Hader
great.
won.
Yes, Bill Hader
I-
won, much to my
I love
chagrin.
Minx.
My favorite out of the comedy was Best Actress comedy, Katie Coco for The Flight Attendant. But we make up for it with Gene Smarts and Hacks, Quinta Brunson for Abbott Elementary, Rachel Brosnahan for The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel, Sarah Lancashire for Julia, and Selena Gomez for Only Murders in the Building.
With, of course, Gene Smart winning.
Nice.
Sarah
I
should have won.
Supporting
Best-
actor was my favorite.
In comedy, we did Anthony Cardigan for Barry, Brett Goldstein for Ted Lasso,
Nice.
Carl Clemens Hopkins for Hacks, Henry Winkler for Barry, Luke Kirby for The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel, and Tony Shalhoub for The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel.
Brett Goldstein won, but personally, I thought it should have been Luke Kirby. But I'm not mad because I'm obsessed with Roy Kent and Ted Lasso.
Yeah.
Should be Henry Winkler.
No.
Brett Goldstein as Hercules in Thor. How about that?
Yeah.
Spoilers.
I'm very excited. It's been months. At this point in time, it's been
I'm
almost
so
6 months.
sorry.
I have watched it. I'm just
Spoilers
messing.
don't count after 6 months.
Can we talk about the biggest surprise win to me was Best Actor Limited? Let me say the nominations first, and I'll say who won. Colin Firth for The Staircase, Michael Keane for Dope Sick, Oscar Isaac for Scenes of a Marriage, Samuel L. Jackson for The Last Days, Sebastian Stan for Pam and Tommy, and William Jackson Harper for Love Life. Colin Firth won.
Colin Firth won.
Colin
What will
Firth.
surprise you more is who was second place.
Who was second?
Take a
William
guess.
Jackson Harper.
Correct.
Yeah. So Michael Keaton wasn't even the top two with us.
Because we didn't like Dope Sick.
Apparently not.
Lopsic is very.
We didn't
bad.
like Dope Sick, that's why.
Scenes of a Marriage. Oh boy. Okay.
We nominate Amanda Seyfried for this is Best Actress Limited, Amanda Seyfried for The Dropout, Jessica Chastain for Scenes of a Marriage, Lily James for Pam and Tommy, Margaret Qualley for Maid,
Quali.
and
Margaret.
Olivia Colman for The Landscapers. And of course, Amanda Seyfried won.
And supporting.
Supporting in a limited was Andy McDowell,
this is
Jennifer
supporting
Coolidge,
actress.
Jessica Williams, Caitlin Dever, and Toni Collette. With, of course,
Jennifer Coolidge won it.
Yeah, Toni Collette is supporting.
Yeah.
yes. I will say my favorite two was Late Night Show and Late Night Host.
Because
I'm
Amanda
going to
Ruffin
read
won
the
both.
nominees. Do not, Matthew knows the answer, but do not answer. The
Well,
nominees
the
for
answer's
Late Night
online.
Show were the Amber Ruffin Show, Late Night with Seth Meyers, The Late Show with Stephen Colbert, Last Week Tonight, and Z-Way. Which show won Best Late Night Show?
Amber.
Correct. And Late Night Host, Amber Ruffin, John Oliver, Seth Meyers, Stephen Colbert, Z-Way. Again, who won?
Amber.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And
That
you
is
love
my
that?
personal favorite.
As
Nice.
she should. She's amazing.
I kind of thought she was going to host the Golden Globes until they announced Gerard Carmichael. Which, by the way, we didn't even discuss that. We should have discussed that when we were actually discussing the Globes.
Oh well.
Great.
That was my bad.
I have to go, by the way. Thank you. This was
I have to go too. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank
This
you,
went out way
guys.
longer than I
Take
thought.
Keep
care.
an eye out this week for the nominations ballot to come out, and we'll have about a month to nominate.
And the Golden Globes are this Monday. I will be here live reacting them at 7:45 in the morning with my ginger ales and my water ready to go. I am judging.
It's actually 8 a.m.
8 a.m. on the East
Oh.
Coast.
Yeah.
Yes, but it's 8:30.
If you want to join me, Andre, you're more than welcome to.
Okay.
Yeah, if you guys want to join, just let me know.
I would
And
love
I
to
will
live
do it.
react.
Yeah.
I love live
Me too.
reacted with Matt is incredible.
We did last year for the BAFTAs, Andre.
And this
I don't
year
mind
the
waking up early.
Emmys.
And I slammed my head on my laptop so many times. I couldn't even put the words. Best actress, I'm pretty sure, gave me a legit concussion.
I was so surprised with Leonardo DiCaprio at the BAFTAs. What the fuck?
That was probably the
That was
biggest surprise.
Gnarly surprise. I liked it.
That's when I'm like, okay, you guys
But
can't
you don't
underestimate
expect that from the jury.
from the BAFTAs.
From the jury.
From the BAFTA jury. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah,
See you.
I'll talk to you guys later
See you
about
Monday.
Monday. Yeah.
Yeah. Goodbye, guys.
Bye.
Shalom.
And